evening and welcome to Week 8 of the Iowa High School football season. I'm Trent Condon here with you on Prep Preview powered by Fairway. Glad to have you aboard as we get ready for kickoff of your matchups coming up here this evening. Before we get ready for those games, though, let's take a look back at what we saw in Week 7 of the high school season. Couple of games for you here on CISN. Couple of easy victories for the home teams as Dowling Catholic first get a nice victory against Ames. The Little Cyclones trying to fight their way into the playoffs, but Dowling Catholic had other ideas in this one as they pick up the victory 49-6. You can see that Maroon team continuing to build now 3 consecutive victories as they move above 500 now to 4-3 on the year. Ames still in a playoff spot currently at number 15. Top 16 teams advanced. We'll take a look at the RPI a little bit later on here on Prep Preview. The other one, Waukee gets their second win of the year as the Warriors get it done 33-11 against Council Bluffs Abe Lincoln. Nice victory for them. And you can see Coach Baker's squad continuing to build. Of course, got that first victory a couple weeks back against Johnston. They continue to play good football, and it's a building process. It's going to take a little while. We saw the same thing happen, obviously, with the split up in Ankeny with the Ankeny Hawks and Ankeny Centennial. Takes a little while for the program, left with different coaches, different ideals to get to that spot. But Coach Baker's done a really nice job with that squad, and they continue a look forward here to the final 2 weeks of the regular season. Some other scores from around the area in Class 5A last week. Ankeny an easy victory as they got the win against Des Moines North 56-7 was the final in that one. Des Moines East on the short side as they go and lose to Sioux City East at home 51-7. Urbandale, they just keep winning. The Jayhawks with another impressive victory and with it another great defensive performance as they win 56-6. That squad continues to maybe fly under the radar for some people. I've had an opportunity to see them earlier this year. Really impressed by that squad, Sam Anderson's team playing at a high level. Johnston bounced back and gets another victory as the Dragons win it 16-0 against Sioux City North. West Des Moines Valley, they were in a little bit of a tussle against Des Moines Lincoln. The Rail Splitters played well early in that game, jumped out to an early 7-0 lead. It was 14 apiece through the first quarter, but from there it was all Valley Tigers. A big 28-point second quarter from the Tigers, and they coast in with a 49-20 win against the Rail Splitters. Des Moines Roosevelt, tough loss for them as they try to get into the playoff positioning. They fall to Marshalltown 14-7, a big ding to their hopes. And this one felt like maybe one of the biggest matchups as it pertained to the 5A playoffs. It was Ankeny Centennial on the road against Waukee Northwest. Northwest wins it at home 17-6. The final there. Those are some of the scores from around the area. Another big one, Southeast Polk. They were in trouble for a while against Cedar Rapids Prairie. In fact, Prairie had a field goal opportunity to win that football game. It was no good as Southeast Polk gets the victory 21-20. Certainly going to be battle tested, though. We're going to continue to see that out of this Ram squad as we go to the final couple of weeks. When we come back, we're going to hear from the coaches of your matchup coming up here this evening on CISN TV. That's coming your way, and a fun night of football. It's Week 8 of the Iowa High School football season. Conversation with the coaches coming up next, presented by the Elite Eye Care Group. Big thank you to them. Their new storefront almost ready there right in the West Des Moines, Waukee spot. They're looking forward to that, and great people out there. We'll come back with that. Conversation with the coaches here. It's Prep Preview powered by Fairway. We're back with more in a moment.
We are ready. We've waited for this one for a long time. The anticipation, the excitement, the intensity. The teams are on the field looking to build on last week's success.
Construction doesn't need a play-by-play call, but it does need a team. Like the team at Graphite Construction Group. From concept to planning to building completion, our team is with you every step of the way. We've been building all over Iowa. Schools, offices, stadiums, critical services, and more. Talk with us. Tell us your vision, and you'll see and feel the difference of having the Graphite team with you every step, brick by brick, beam by beam, and play by play.
And the beam is up.
Mitch, this isn't a field goal.
You mean like it's a touchdown? Graphite Construction Group.
Graphite Construction Group. We build it better.
So, Russ, what do you do in the off-season?
Mitch, we don't have an off-season.
Holt's Plumbing and Heating continues to be one of Central Iowa's fastest growing plumbing, heating, and cooling companies. I'm proud of what we've accomplished at Holt. Our team is leading the way in providing the latest in home comfort solutions, and we have fun doing it. Our passion is to be the clear first choice for all your plumbing, heating, cooling, and home service needs. And at the end of the day, a job well done and a happy customer means everything to us. Just one more reason why more and more Central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
If you plan to buy a franchise business or you're thinking of starting a new franchise, there's a lawyer right here in Central Iowa that can help you through the process. Rush Niggett of Brick Gentry Law PC has set up an affordable service to help individuals considering buying or starting a franchise business. Learn more online at rushonbusiness.com. Let Rush Niggett help you buy or start your franchise. Rush Niggett, the franchise lawyer with Brick Gentry Law PC. It's good to have Rush on your side. Welcome back to Prep Preview on CISN TV. I'm Trent Condon. As we hear from the coaches, conversation with the coach brought to you by Elite Eye Care on University Avenue in West Des Moines, along with the new eye clinic up in Ankeny. Great group that do great things here for the community. Ankeny Centennial tonight, they get ready to face off against Southeast Polk. Let's hear from one of the co-head coaches, Ryan Pizzetti, as he joins Paul Yeager here. Conversation with the coach presented by Elite Eye Care.
Back here on the pregame show, co-head coach Ryan Pizzetti of the Centennial Jaguars. Coach, last 2 weeks, kind of tough endings. What have you learned about your team in these last 2 weeks?
You know what? Throughout the year, we've got better and better and better. Our schedule just hasn't had us given us an opportunity to breathe. Playing Urbandale and losing in the last second, and then a very, very good Waukee Northwest team that's won 4 in a row now, and then doesn't get easier this week playing Southeast Polk.
This is a Polk team that had high aspirations coming in. They had one loss at this stadium. I think that's on their mind. It's a different team, but you're very familiar with Southeast Polk. What challenges do they present for you tonight?
You know what? They got supreme talent. Not only state level elite kids, but national level elite kids. Very, very good, very well coached, competitive. We know it's going to be a battle from start to finish. We're going to have to play really well and to maintain what we need to do.
This is a team that features a quarterback that really throws the ball well. Sometimes they'll put one of those, high level talents that you refer to on the offensive side. I mean, they have to make you prepare for so many things. Why can't kids just react? What's the challenge of so much that they have to get ready for?
Oh, Jackson Daly, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the state, if not the best quarterback in the state. He throws well, he runs well. His junior year a year ago was one of the better junior years we've ever seen in this state, and he picked up right where he left off. Obviously he's missing some pieces from a year ago, and there's some injuries going on right now with him. But he's amazing. He's really a competitor and an outstanding quarterback.
And a pretty big lineman, Proctor up front, gets a lot of attention. I mean, that's a big mountain of a man.
You don't see kids like that. He's a special kid. He plays hard. He plays physical. He does things the right way. He's a matchup nightmare for you, being as big as he is. But we got to play the game. We got to be competitive. Our kids got to fight in there and do the best job they can.
Offensively, Peyton Goods carried a lot of the load for you. What's he going to have to do tonight to kind of get you over that hump?
You know what? Peyton's had a great year. Got a little banged up against Waukee Northwest at the end of the game. We're hoping he can play on Friday, but if not, Trenton Smith will step in and do a nice job. We have no question about that. But Peyton's been a great leader for us, running the ball, throwing the ball, been the nucleus of our team for sure on the offensive side. And we're just hoping to go in the game and be healthy. If we're not, we'll just next man in and go from there.
Running backs, you've been asking Trey Porter to do a lot, Morgan to do, carry some things, Cahill, those three guys, what are they doing well for you right now?
Oh, absolutely. We just need to execute. We had some mistakes in the last game that are untraditional for us. And we really worked on those things this week just to make sure we're all on the same page, doing what we need to do a little bit better. And we look for big games out of those three boys.
Defensively, kind of what's some of the game plan?
You know what? Defensively, we've been really consistent throughout the year. They played outstanding. They're very athletic. For us to compete in any game, we need to make sure our defense is playing their A game. Right now we're not extremely explosive on offense. We just haven't been. But our defense keeps us in those games. If our offense can maintain the ball, no turnovers, we should be very competitive.
Is this one of those, your offense is going to be part of your defensive strategy tonight against Polk?
Absolutely. That's what we go into those games. We're not going to snap the ball with 40 seconds left on the clock. We're going to milk that clock down, and our best defense is an offense that can control the ball. That's the way it's always been here. And when you look at the University of Iowa, it's the same formula that they use. Some people don't believe in it, but we sure do, and we've won a lot of games doing it that way.
I was going to say a follow-up of, well, you sound like the Hawkeyes, but you beat me to it.
Yeah.
All right. All right, Coach. Lastly, what do you see as keys tonight for you?
We got to be able to run the ball, possess the ball, and then on defense, we just can't allow any big plays. If they're going to score on us, they need to drive the ball on us. We can't let any mental mistakes hurt us in that way, and just make sure we put the game in our defense's hands, and then our offense, we just need to be consistent.
All right, that is co-head coach Ryan Pizzetti of the Centennial Jaguars. Coach, thank you.
Yep, thanks a lot.
Pre-game show continues after this on CISN.
For all of your and your family's eye care needs, make it Elite Eye Care. Dr. Ethan Heisman, Dr. Heidi Bell, and Dr. Kelsey Sawatsky provide expert eye care close to home. From eye exams to contact lenses, eyeglasses to sunglasses, make Elite Eye Care your local optometrist. Set up your next eye care appointment with Elite Eye Care, 9250 University Avenue in West Des Moines, and online at eyedoctordesmoines.com.
Obsessively, relentlessly. That's what you can always expect, even when faced with the unexpected. It's a service we take seriously, providing comfort in the rain, tools to help you save, a helping hand along the way, and from a safe distance away. Delivering the energy you need while going the extra mile. Regardless of the times, our team remains committed to you.
Guys, are you looking for an excuse to watch football all weekend long? Then schedule your vasectomy with the Urology Center of Iowa. The Urology Center of Iowa offers nitrous during your vasectomy, cutting-edge technology to help you relax during your procedure. Make the call to 515-400-3550. That's 400-3550 or online at iowauro.com. Vasectomies with the Urology Center of Iowa, and tell them you heard it on KXNO.
Our team at D. Armand Ford Indianola are committed to giving you an exceptional ownership experience.
As a family-owned business, my dad and I are in the dealership every day to ensure you experience the D. Armand difference.
Our core values of hard work, honesty, trust, and integrity are what we build our business on.
Experience the difference at the all-new D. Armand Ford Indianola,
where you'll actually enjoy doing business.
The all-new D. Armand Ford Indianola, darmandford.com.
Hi, I'm Joe the Car Guy with Westside Auto. I'm excited to tell you about our new lifetime oil change plan. When you purchase our plan, you'll never have to pay for an oil change again. If you get a different car, simply transfer the plan over. If that car's oil needs are different than your original plan, just pay the difference. It couldn't be simpler. You won't have to worry about inflation or prices going up. Give us a call at Westside Auto Pros to get details on the lifetime oil change plan. And remember, when I say lifetime, I mean your lifetime, not just your car's.
Back here on the pregame show, Southeast Polk head coach Brad Zelenovich. Coach, tonight, this is a game that they all matter. Everything's important, especially when you come down to the postseason. What are you telling the guys when you look at a record and you know that they are, you know how good this team can be? How do you get guys in that right mindset to approach every game with, hey, this could be it?
Well, I mean, I think you got to do that from day one. You know, you can't wait until game week to kind of emphasize the importance of each week and respect all opponents. And obviously, hopefully our guys have learned over the course of the first, 7 games that there's a lot of really good football teams around here. And on any given night, if you're not ready to play, you can get beat. And that's no different this week. We know what we're going to get with them. They're a good team. They've lost some close games. Their record really doesn't indicate, the type of football team they are. And obviously they'll be at home and excited. And, we'll have to be ready to play and play well to win a tough game on the road.
You have a schedule that's way different than before, playing different teams. We talked about that earlier this week. But here you go and get a familiar opponent in a familiar venue. What's the motivation for guys as you look through, you work through injuries, they work through injuries? How do you approach that next man in mentality?
Well, yeah, you just try and create depth the best you can in terms of being a developmental program, and how you practice and, dating back all the way through the off season in terms of training your guys and getting them physically ready, in terms of bigger, faster, stronger. And then obviously when you get into the summer and fall camp and you can start to do football things, making sure everybody's getting repetitions and quality repetitions and getting coached and getting evaluated. So, when things like this happen, guys are ready to step in and play at a high level. And we've had that. Knock on wood, we've had some success with that. But sometimes that's easier said than done. And it's got to be, kids have to understand their role. And at any point in time, their number could be called and they could be in the football game.
Your offensive lines had a little bit of changes, but you might have some guys returning to the lineup. Who stepped up on the O-line for you?
Well, I think everything up there starts with our senior Cade Beaurude, who's played a lot of football for us. And the last couple of years has been a tackle. And him and Caden Proctor have both played quite a bit, Caden being a junior. And the rest of those guys are all young. We start 3 sophomores and 2 of them have gotten banged up over the course of the first 4 or 5 weeks. And we've had other sophomores step in. We moved Cade from tackle to center to kind of solidify the middle of the offensive line. And it's we're still a work in progress up there. I think we're still trying to figure out our best 5, and in terms of the chemistry and the cohesion of that unit, we feel pretty good about that unit. But like I said, a lot of them are getting baptism by fire. They're getting thrown in the mix at a high level against really good competition and playing pretty well at times. So we'll continue to develop those guys, and we're getting some guys back healthy. Carson Campese went out against Northwest in week 3. He's kind of getting back into practice. Parker Strawn, both those kids are 10th graders. Both have practiced a little bit more this week and will be more ready to play Friday.
You've got some names that many people are familiar with that follow high school football, the likes of Daly and Hawkeye fans, Falloon, Proctor, Wampa. I mean, what has it been like with these guys to help the other players see their work ethic, these star work ethics, and build your program?
Well, I think that's just it. When your best players are your best people and your hardest workers, and they create, the culture that everybody talks about, right? And that's the big word thrown out. And for us, it comes down to behavior. And, we've got some high level guys that we've never had. So we've also got a bunch of guys that are really good high school football players, and are tough guys and do all the little things right. And so when you have an environment where, your best players are your hardest workers, are your best people, you create that standard, and playing football here is a big deal now. And we've worked hard, and we talk to our guys about that all the time, that the reason it's like that is because of people that came before you, and so they've kind of set that standard, and these guys live it every day. And when you get some young guys that are around, young, impressionable, 10th graders, juniors that, get their first taste of varsity action and what it's like to practice and how to go to meetings and how to do a walkthrough, and you see all those things, and then that's when you continue to elevate everyone's performance and everyone's standard of operation. And so that's, I think, the thing that, their legacy more so than the wins. And obviously they've won a lot of football games the last 2 or 3 years, and we played in big games and had great experiences, right? That's what this thing's all about, is these guys, we're an extension of, the educational process, and as being a part of our program, they've got to do a lot of cool things. And so that's neat to see. And so hopefully we can continue to develop that with our younger guys. And like I said, they're getting a firsthand look of what it's like to be around guys that this is pretty important to, and this is their last go around. And so, they're elevating their play. They kind of feel the pressure to be at their best every single day, not just on Friday nights.
What do you see as keys tonight against Centennial?
Well, I think the first thing is getting a handle with what they do offensively. Obviously, it starts and ends with their quarterback, and he's done a lot for them this year. They go as he goes, and he's running it and throwing it, and kind of their leader, and has played a lot of football for them. And what they do with their scheme, obviously, in terms of multi directions, getting on the edge, and multiple pullers. And so we'll have to have good eye discipline, and then we'll have to tackle well in space. They're going to try and get on the edge and do those things defensively. They're physical. They're really good against the run, and they're not giving up a lot of points, and so it's going to be one of those games where, we're going to have to get ahead of the chains on first down, and sometimes when we're not playing well offensively, it's, penalties, drops, things like that, self-inflicted type wounds where we get behind the chains and we're pretty easy to defend. But if we can stay ahead of the chains and, win first down and take care of the football, we feel like, we'll be in a good position to win the game.
All right. Head coach Brad Zelenovich, Southeast Polk. Thank you, coach.
Thank you.
All right. The pregame show continues here on CISN.TV. Kickoff is coming up.
For all of your and your family's eye care needs, make it Elite Eye Care. Dr. Ethan Heisman, Dr. Heidi Bell, and Dr. Kelsey Sawatsky provide expert eye care close to home. From eye exams to contact lenses, eyeglasses to sunglasses, make Elite Eye Care your local optometrist. Set up your next eye care appointment with Elite Eye Care, 9250 University Avenue in West Des Moines, and online at eyedoctordesmoines.com.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and you've probably noticed there's shortages on most everything in the market today. Well, Heat and Glow has helped us out this year, and they are focusing their energy on their gas fireplace inserts. So if you've got a drafty old wood-burning fireplace and you want to get it retrofitted into a beautiful, high-efficient gas fireplace, come see us. We will have product to sell you. Heat and Glow gas fireplace insert from Fireplace Superstore, 109th and Douglas in Urbandale, just west of Homeacres.
Why do businesses succeed? The Better Business Bureau sees the traits of successful businesses every day. It's not easy, but it is simple. The BBB fosters trust between Iowa businesses and consumers.
Visit bbb.org.
Trent Condon back with you one final time here. It's Prep Preview on CISN TV. As we get ready for the matchups here tonight, we got 3 of them for you on CISN TV. I'll be on the call. Looking forward to the Dowling Catholic Maroons and the Valley Tigers colliding and doing it late in the season. Of course, we've seen playoff matchups in the past, but in the regular season, not the case, at least in recent history. These two teams doing battle tonight here in Week 8. Take a look at Valley. They continue to play great football, and the building blocks that have been there, starting with Mason Morrow, a guy that last year was thrust into the quarterback spot. He came in after Jake Rubley was ruled ineligible by the association. He came in, went from playing defense a year ago over the quarterback spot. There were some growing pains, but you continue to see his development. A big play quarterback. He can move around. He can make plays with his feet, and he's making plays with his arm. Good receivers there, and that running game has really built up. But that offense is going to be maybe one of their most difficult challenges of the year tonight against this Dowling Catholic defense, and especially what they are up front. You heard earlier Gary Swenson talking about the matchup here and just how difficult it's been for them to block that defensive line the last couple of years from the Maroons. A huge matchup there. Valley offensive line against the defensive line of Dowling Catholic, and very well could be the determining factor of what happens there in that matchup. Another compelling one also happening this evening. Ankeny Centennial in their matchup. Coach Pizzetti, tough one last night for the co-head coaches with both Ryan and Jerry as they take the loss to Waukee Northwest. They know now that they got to find a way to pile up some victories. They're number 14 in the RPI system right now. They need to find a way to get a victory in the win column, but to do it against Southeast Polk, always incredibly difficult. Xavier Wampa has come back, playing well after the injury. They're still trying to find their footing now with the running game, with the injury to Titus Christensen. Going to be a lot about the quarterback, and I think more and more going to be relied on Jackson Daly, what he can do for Southeast Polk. Not only that, you have the rivalry component here, and though it has changed compared to what it was when there was just one Ankeny school and the rivalry was Southeast Polk, this is still a big matchup, and this one still certainly matters to both sides, Southeast Polk and Ankeny Centennial in our second matchup. Finally, it is Waukee Northwest, another team that is firmly in the playoffs, but another victory here would solidify things against Ankeny. The Hawks come in at number 6 in the RPI system, number 11 for Waukee Northwest. Good one on the field, and I think a good one on paper too, when you look at how even both these teams are. J.J. Cole continues to build at the quarterback spot for Ankeny. They've been able to put some offense up, but the defense maybe showing some cracks here. Certainly a concern when you look forward for Ankeny and trying to right the ship there with the defensive effort. Again, 3 games here for you tonight on CISN. Should be a lot of fun, and you can bounce around, kind of make your own red zone channel going your way through the 3 great matchups that we have for you this evening. That's not all, though. Lots of other good matchups to keep an eye on. Let's start first in Class 4A. Looking forward to this. Bondurant Farrar, one of the surprises here in the state. They are undefeated 7-0. They take on Norwalk at the 4A level. Both those teams will be in the playoffs, no doubt, but some positioning there and maybe home field advantage for a first or even second round matchup that'll be happening at 4A. Class 5A tonight, other matchups around the area. Up in Ames, Des Moines Lincoln, who holds a playoff spot, the final one right now at number 16. They take on the Little Cyclones, who are number 15. A win for both of these teams probably puts them in the playoffs. A loss, going to leave work to do for both of that one. Should be a fun one up in Ames tonight. Other matchups here from around the area. It'll be Des Moines Roosevelt. They will welcome in Sioux City East, a very talented East squad, and a big matchup for Roosevelt trying to keep their playoff hopes alive as they come in at number 18. Other matchups, Waukee, they go on the road to take on Urbandale. Jayhawks continue to play at a high level this season as they come in at number 4 in the rankings. Johnston, they'll go on the road over to Cedar Rapids Kennedy, a good Kennedy squad for the Dragons, and some of the other local matchups here that we'll be keeping our eye on this evening. I mentioned the RPI. Let's take a look at it here. The number 1 team in the RPI system. This is composed of the schedule and the wins that you have this year. Valley is number 1, followed by Southeast Polk, then the east side of the state with Cedar Rapids Kennedy. Kennedy, the only remaining undefeated team at 7-0 in Class 5A. But you look at their opponent's schedule record, that's the reason that both Valley and Southeast Polk are above them. Back to the local front, Urbandale at number 4, followed by Cedar Rapids Prairie 5. A tie at the 6th spot with Linn-Mar and Ankeny. Then it's Iowa City City High at 8, Cedar Falls at 9, Pleasant Valley 10, followed by the local front. Waukee Northwest at number 11, Dowling Catholic checks in at 13, Centennial 14, Ames 15, and Lincoln at 16. Talked about Johnston, a chance for them to get a victory. Be a tough spot against that Kennedy team that is undefeated, but boy, what a boost that would be for the Dragons. They're 1 spot out of the playoffs right now at number 17. Roosevelt also at number 18, and Waukee down at number 24, trying to keep hope alive. That's a look at the RPI as we have just 2 weeks to go here at the highest levels. Also a change this year with the new structure of the format. 5A, the biggest class, 16 teams will advance. The same in classes 4A and 3A, but the lower classes from 8-player all the way through 2A, this is their final week of the regular season. Week 9, if you will, that will be the opening round of the playoffs. 32 teams will advance in each of those classes, and the teams that didn't qualify for the playoffs, they can still schedule the final game, their 9th of the season, against another team that didn't make the playoffs. Format a little bit different. Everybody gets an opportunity to play 9 games, just a different way of doing it and giving more opportunities for the lower classes that have more teams to get into the playoffs. That's the structure we play with here in 2021. Should be a fun night of football. Glad to have you aboard with us. It's Ankeny Centennials. They welcome in Southeast Polk. Let's throw it over to Paul Yeager and the crew as we get ready for kickoff next on CISN TV.
A warm, in some places, not every place, good evening to you here at Ankeny Stadium. It is time for Week 8 of the high school football season tonight, as one of the top-ranked teams in Class 5A comes calling again here at Ankeny Stadium. Along with Tim Halber, I'm Paul Yeager. Glad to have you here on this broadcast tonight, Tim. This is a game of transition, and what I mean is you have the regular season into the postseason, but more importantly, we have a change in quarterback because of an injury for Centennial. Trenton Smith gets the start. How do you get a guy ready in Week 8 to start in varsity as a sophomore?
Well, it goes back to coaching. I think he does know the offense. He's had some playing time in there, but he just has to settle down. Really, he's going to need his supporting cast. His running backs, knows the offense. But their offense is a bit complicated where he has to get the turnaround, get the handoff right to the right guy. So we'll see how he develops. If the butterflies take effect at the beginning, or maybe just get him hit the first time, then he's good to go.
Well, the hit is what got Peyton Good in trouble on the last play of the game last week at Waukee Northwest, where the Jaguars lost 17-6. Southeast Polk comes off a 21-20 thriller against Cedar Rapids Prairie. They had to make an almost 2-hour trip from the eastern side of Polk County to the southern side of Cedar Rapids to play in a game. Polk is playing some different teams this year. They're making different road trips, and we're finding out a little bit more about maybe how Class 5A is shaping up. One thing we know, Jackson Daly is still a pretty good quarterback.
Yeah, he's been a preseason all-state quarterback. He's got some offers out there. He's going to Arkansas State. So he is the glue that holds it together. He is kind of they call it gym rats. I don't know what you call it. We call it a field rat out there. But he does like to study offenses. He's a very smart quarterback. They kind of go through him. If he finds his rhythm, he's an extremely effective quarterback, and he'd be the one to stop.
So he comes to the point of, can you disrupt him? One thing Coach Brad Zelenovich is worried about is not keeping his quarterback in a 1 or 2 move situation, not trying to do too much. You're going to have to do just a little bit. No Titus Christensen out with a hand injury. You still have Xavier Wampa, but he's more of a defensive player. We'll for sure see him on offense, but then it's at receiver or at tight end. It's the Falloon kid, and you're like, the Falloon kid? Who is that? John Falloon's kid? Yes, John Falloon, the former Iowa Hawkeye. Falloon's had a really good year.
Yes, he's the one that's going to be the deep threat, crossing the middle. He's going to be his favorite target out there. They'll come out with the 2 tight end set because within that running back, they're going to run the ball quite a bit. They got some injuries in the offensive line. We're going to see how they match up. Coaches talk about how strong the Ankeny Centennial defense is. They're very physical. They're very good defensive line. So it's going to be a match of inexperienced offensive line versus a very physical defensive line.
And that is one thing Southeast Polk is concerned about with the Jaguar defense. Jaguars really haven't given up a lot of points all season, and when you're a high-powered offense, high-octane, you get concerned when you face that really good defense.
And they're physical. They're in shape. They got a lot of seniors on there. People have a lot of playing experience. So they played well. So if you look at the math, you look at, well, Southeast Polk came in here, lost to Ankeny, but Ankeny lost to Centennial, so you figure it out from there.
You've been reading the Des Moines Register on Sundays. If this team beat this team, which beat this team, which beat... That's the way 5A is this year. We have some other big games tonight on CISN. We have Valley and Dowling at Valley Stadium. We also have Ankeny and Waukee Northwest. All 3 of these games have playoff implications. Centennial is trying to win both of these last games. If they don't, if they split 4-5, does 4-5 get them into the playoffs? It'll be something we have to figure out. But they want to win tonight, and they can do it, but they're going to have to figure out a way to play a good offense, which is the key to playing less defense. They want to keep Southeast Polk's offense off the field.
Right, Coach Pizzetti was talking about that. They're not going to go up there and snap the ball right away. They're going to run that play clock on there. A lot of plays come in from the sidelines. You guys are checking the wristbands for the play call. They're going to use the whole clock. They're going to run it. The more they stay on the field, they get their offense in rhythm. We're down that Southeast Polk defense. They may have a chance to win this game.
Trey Porter, Easton Miller, Zach English, 3 big parts of that defense for Centennial. They've made a lot of plays. They're going to be asked to make a lot more tonight.
Very physical secondary as well, so if you pass it, if your passing's not on, if you're out there and trying to isolate on them, it's a physical tackling secondary out there. They're also experienced, and they can pick it up. We've seen them out here getting turnovers, so watch out. You know, the coach talked about that, is not having turnovers, shooting yourself in the foot, and putting yourself in a bad position.
Well, those are some keys to the game. What else do you see as keys to the game, Tim?
Earlier, I thought the wind might be a factor. It's a little cool out here tonight. I don't see it as affecting as much. I think the kicking game, the special teams may be a play in field position. We're going to see two good defenses out there, a lot of running backs, good running games out there. So if they can get a couple downs, pin somebody back there, that might be the turning point in the game.
Well, that's one thing Coach Zelenovich said to us as we walked into the stadium tonight. He was asking about the weather, so the wind is definitely on his mind. Former college quarterback himself, offensive mind there, and he is concerned that how that will impact their game. So if you're Centennial, let's go back to the start of this segment. Trent Smith, sophomore quarterback. The guy only has 2 carries for -1 yard, and only, I think he's 2 of 5 passing. So this is a very big baptism by fire, but a huge opportunity. Both Peyton Good and Trenton Smith were pretty even in camp. It emerged Peyton Good. He's had some great games, but tonight it's Trenton Smith's opportunit. You're under the bright lights. We kind of talked about that pressure again, Tim. Final things, what are you telling him? Are you trying to be simple or are you trying to be complicated tonight?
If I was a coach, I'd say simplify the game. Let your players take care of you. Maybe kind of simplify some of the running game. Make sure you get the right handles. Find some rhythm out there, and then maybe take it off in a couple of runs, some quick runs. Don't try to do too much read, but hit the hole quickly. Get settled into the offense and get that confidence going.
We'll check the weather report. We'll clean up some final things and get you ready for football. As you can hear, Southeast Polk has come to the field and been greeted with a sea of boos. The Jaguars are approaching right now, not near the celebration that they had a couple of weeks ago, but they are in the south end zone, and they are about to make their way north. And as they do, we'll show them. We'll step away. Kickoff between Southeast Polk and Centennial coming up next here on CISN.TV.
Polk Plumbing and Heating continues to be one of Central Iowa's fastest growing plumbing, heating, and cooling companies. I'm reminded of that every day as I see our fleet of vehicles in all shapes and sizes head out to help customers in need. We work hard to keep our vehicles clean and in good shape. Some are customized with great ideas, and some maybe not so much. But at the end of the day, a job well done and a happy customer means everything to us. Just one more reason why more and more Central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee has over 300 pre-owned vehicles with 50 under 25 grand. Des Moines area, you've never seen this before. Text value to 515-212-7952 and get your vehicle's instant value by text. Or go to WaukeeChevy.com and click on Text My Trade-In Value. Chevy Cruze, $199 a month. Silverado, $1,500, $349 per month.
Who loves you, Iowa? Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee does. WaukeeChevy.com.
6-1 Southeast Polk, 3-4 Centennial Jaguars getting ready to kick off here. Paul Yeager, Tim Halbert with you tonight. Centennial is the home team. They are in their all black, and they will go out to have the ceremonial coin flip. We've already seen the real coin flip happen, and now we'll be led into what's going on. We did mention some other out-of-town games. We will be watching Ankeny and Waukee Northwest as well as Dowling and Valley at Valley Stadium tonight. Waukee and Urbandale, and Johnston and Cedar Rapids Kennedy. Tim, when you look at Waukee Urbandale, you got 2 programs. Urbandale, who came here 2 weeks ago, big win. Waukee has all of a sudden started to put some things together. That one should be a pretty good football game as well.
Yeah, we saw them earlier in the season. I thought they were a well-coached team. It was just a new offensive system. They hadn't got their timing down. But we thought that they had the athletes that if they start putting it together, they were going to be a dangerous team down the stretch. And we'll find out from Urbandale. Urbandale is kind of overachieving. They're a scrappy team. We'll see how they do. They'll have their hands full tonight.
Coach Anderson, if you remember, 2 weeks ago as we left the field, he was pretty pumped about the way that game had gone. He felt not necessarily that they stole that game, they earned that game. It was an exciting football game, but it was, more importantly, it was a big program win for them. There's been times that Urbandale has had a lot of hype around them. This year, not as much hype, but they're overproducing.
Yeah, that was an impressive drive. It was less than 2 minutes to go. They drove into the field, scored a touchdown in the last play of the game, and got the kick and got in and got it and squeaked out a win. Against a very good Centennial team, but Centennial really is a very strong team to play, and people play them quite well. So that was a great win for Urbandale.
Well, RPIs, we were kind of looking at some of those earlier this week, and you can kind of chew on them. They're good discussion points via Twitter or Facebook or wherever. But it is something that we have. And again, I'll go back to what I said in the open tip. Southeast Polk is really kind of helping the math this year because they are a barometer of Eastern Iowa and Western Iowa.
Yes, because typically in a season you just don't know how strong the two halves of the state operate, but by doing that, you're trying to get a good sense that eventually it's going to help Southeast Polk getting into the playoffs. We start matching up and they start playing some of the Eastern side teams. They've got more film on them. They kind of know how they play. They know their tempo. So actually the advantage goes to Southeast Polk for having the opportunity to go out east.
And Southeast Polk will line up to kick it off in their road white uniforms, teeing it up, and we are just ready to go here. Josh Wilson gets his leg into it, end over end, taken at the 2-yard line. That's Trey Porter. He's at the 10-15, hurdles a guy, and then he stood up just short of the 20-yard line. And we've talked about Trey Porter. He is going to Northern Illinois to run track, and right there he's like, I can maybe do hurdles too. Tackle Quincy Foster for Southeast Polk. The Rams tonight will be on defense first. We'll set their lineup quick. Woods, Harris, Neon Kuru, and good up front. Rogers, Reed, Chebuhar, and McCroney. Aginaga, Wampa, and Hackbarth back deep. For Centennial up front, it is Jones, Carr, Eisentrigger, Adams, and Keller, along with Morgan, Cahill, Weibel, Smith, and Shuddy. Smith is the quarterback, takes the first snap, and it's going to be a handoff, and it's going to go right into the back of his offensive lineman. Actually, it's Ty Morgan, as Carter Cahill takes the first snap.
Be interesting to see how the Centennial offensive line handles this. Southeast Polk plays a basic 4-4, 4 defensive linemen, 4 linebackers with a 3 deep second, like a single safety. You've got Wampa back there as your single safety who can cover easily both sidelines. So there's a lot of bodies in that box there. When they put 8 people up there, it'd be hard to find your blocking assignments.
Well, look for Andrew Reed. Leads the team in 47 tackles. Coach calls him a lunch pail guy. He wears number 32. He's got white sleeve there on that right side. Quick toss sweep to Morgan out here in front, and Morgan's got some space down the near sideline, and he's tripped up by, you guessed it, the all-star Xavier Wampa. Now, the last time Southeast Polk came here, Tim, Wampa did not play. He was in street clothes tonight. They're going to need him big time.
Yes, they will. He came out there well. Cahill did a good job getting out there. Carter Cahill getting the block out there with Sprung for Morgan there. So good blocking at the point of attack there by Centennial to get that first down.
Do you call that a pass or a shovel?
I would say it's more of a shovel pass.
Yeah, he never went over his head there. So that's one way to make your quarterback feel a little bit more relaxed with Smith. Looks over to the left and right. Gets the ball, comes back on the counter. It's Cahill, and he's across the 40. Cole Rogers and Caleb Chebuhar make the tackle for Southeast Polk. It'll be second down and short.
Porter out there. One good thing about the running backs here for Centennial, they do get the blocks. If you're not the ball carrier, you're going to have to get a block out there to make this offensive go.
Coach Brad Zelenovich, former head coach at Ankeny High School. He was here when the split happened. He's familiar with playing in this stadium. He just didn't have good memories from earlier in the year, and he said his guys were kind of thinking about it. They're trying to flush that performance from last month. Smith under center, goes up the middle with, I think that was Porter. Porter gets up. He wanted a little further down the line. Tackle by Drayvon Woods.
Brings up third and short.
Third and short, maybe a yard.
All of these offensive plays have gone to the left side of their offensive line, so I don't know if they've got something that they know they can work on this side. This might be an opportunity to go to the right side since maybe the defense is starting to shadow that area a little bit, so see what they come up here on a 3rd and 2.
Woods and Harris are on that side for Southeast Polk. Let's see what happens as the Jaguars have had their own offensive line issues. They're going to have to take a timeout. Big 3rd and 2. Hard to say that already, but we'll step aside. No score.
Hi, I'm Joe the Car Guy with Westside Auto. I'm excited to tell you about our new lifetime oil change plan. When you purchase our plan, you'll never have to pay for an oil change again. If you get a different car, simply transfer the plan over. If that car's oil needs are different than your original plan, just pay the difference. It couldn't be simpler. You won't have to worry about inflation or prices going up. Give us a call at Westside Auto Pros to get details on the lifetime oil change plan. And remember, when I say lifetime, I mean your lifetime, not just your car's.
Holt's Plumbing and Heating continues to be one of Central Iowa's fastest growing plumbing, heating, and cooling companies. I'm proud of what we've accomplished at Holt. Our team is leading the way in providing the latest in home comfort solutions, and we have fun doing it. Our passion is to be the clear first choice for all your plumbing, heating, cooling, and home service needs. At the end of the day, a job well done and a happy customer means everything to us. Just one more reason why more and more Central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Trey Porter takes the handoff on 3rd and short and gets up to the 48-yard line of Southeast Polk. Good pickup out of the timeout here. No score. Centennial an early timeout. They sense that possessions are going to be huge for them tonight. Here's a look at the replay. It was Porter again. They're going to need Porter more to help take that load off of Smith because Peyton Good was a guy that you relied on to run the football, so you got to have options.
Yeah, good quick hitter, using that speed to the outside, getting the outside, and just got pushed out on the sideline marker, but using his speed to get to the outside and get some yards.
Cahill signaling a play to Smith. They go with Porter around the right side. He gets to the numbers, now the outside the hash and near the sideline. He's close to the first down at about the 39-yard line. Gavin McCrory, who's got 34 and a half tackles, the 6-foot senior outside linebacker, makes the tackle. It'll be 2nd and short.
Gavin got to the outside, realized how fast that Porter is. He had to stop and then actually tackled him from behind that he got a step on him. So they'll have to make adjustments here to realize that the speed of the different running backs here that Centennial's throwing at him. But a good mix of plays, inside and outside.
Early on, no score, 8:50, but this is a very good opening possession for Centennial. Smith, let's see if this is his first run of the game. It is. They're pushing him forward. He's got a lot of friends who've got his back. It's a first down. Now Tyler Eisentrigger had spent time at a different position. Now tonight, he's being asked to be the center as Bennett Griffin is injured, and then getting the start for they're moving Kevin Jones and also Adams. So we see that play again.
Line up there in that T formation. Now you can go back, and it's not assisting the runner, but you can block from behind. So that's always we're seeing that more and more in both high school and college, where that quarterback can pick up the extra yard.
71 is Will Adams. Sorry about that. And before the play can fully develop, there is a whistle and a timeout. Centennial. No score. 8:10 to play.
The team at D. Armand Ford Indianola are committed to giving you an exceptional ownership experience.
As a family-owned business, my dad and I are in the dealership every day to ensure you experience the D. Armand difference.
Our core values of hard work, honesty, trust, and integrity are what we build our business on.
Experience the difference at the all-new D. Armand Ford Indianola,
where you'll actually enjoy doing business.
The all-new D. Armand Ford Indianola, darmandford.com.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and you've probably noticed there's shortages on most everything in the market today. Well, Heat and Glow has helped us out this year, and they are focusing their energy on their gas fireplace inserts. So if you've got a drafty old wood-burning fireplace and you want to get it retrofitted into a beautiful, high-efficient gas fireplace, come see us. We will have product to sell you.
Heat and Glow gas fireplace insert from Fireplace Superstore, 109th and Douglas in Urbandale, just west of Homemaker.
Porter again out of the timeout, tries to spread the field, but that time Southeast Polk stepped up with Joel Hackbart.
Played that corner position, so they haven't shown a threat to pass here, but we're starting to figure out where the running lanes are and what they're trying to do. So with a few running plays that have not produced much, so now we got a 2nd and 10.
Well, if you watch that replay, Tim, the running lanes look like they're there at the hash. That play tried to go out wide, and maybe Porter is going to have to look at a cutback. It might have been there. Let's see. As the Jaguars huddle, look at their wrists. Compose. Smith sends Cahill in motion. Play action. Now they go Smith up the middle, and he's not going to get anywhere close, barely back to the line of scrimmage. So that looked like a delayed quarterback draw, maybe.
There's a lot of traffic in there with Reed. Chibihar's in there, so it's hard to run against that interior because, like I said, it's got an 8-man box in there. So now we'll see that you're in that area of possibly you're in 4-down territory. They're at the 36-yard line, so you want to gain at least 5-6 yards here on a 3rd down play to make it get inside that 30 to make it a more reasonable 4th down if you want to go for it.
This drive started back on the Jaguars' own 18-yard line. It's 3rd and 10. They're now on the 36th of Southeast Polk. Play clock at 5. High snap. Smith fakes to the left, throws back to the right. Before the ball can fall to the turf, Southeast Polk almost intercepted it. We're going to have a hold on the Jaguars. And I'm guessing Southeast Polk is going to decline it. I saw one coach, and now they've relayed in with Coach Brad Zelenovich wants to do, and he wants to decline it. Now, the Jaguars they moved effectively up until this 1st down, and then no yards after that 1st down when they got to the 36. Jaguars are going to punt it.
Big key is getting into your 3rd and manageable, so 3rd and 10 is going to be difficult for this offense because they're run-heavy, inexperienced quarterback, so you're going to have to get more yards in the first 2 plays.
Jaguars to punt, and they get it over the head of Wampa. It's going to bounce at the 1 and be a touchback. Caden Kaiser.
I think we'll see a lot of that tonight is punting away from Xavier Wampa. I think you don't want to have the ball in his hands in open field, so we're going to see a lot of that corner kicking going on tonight.
No Jeff Brooks tonight on the sideline, so I've decided I will regale you with Irish folk tunes all night.
There we go. There goes our audience. I can see him clicking
and
off.
Click, they go to the Valley Dowling game. All right. First time we see the Centennial defense onto the field against this Polk offense. Let's see what Jackson Daly and company can do. They're known for big plays. What do they do on 1st down? They go with a handoff, and it goes not but anywhere back to the lineup. Boo Sama Abu picks up a couple. Let's set the lineup. Proctor up front, Gavin Douglas, Cade Borud, Braden Harmon, and John Vetter. Cole Falloon at 1 wide receiver, Kyle Sisler, Obald Nyankuru, and Boo Sama along with Jackson Daly at quarterback. 2nd down, gain of 2 on that play, so it'll be 2nd and 8. Daly another lefty, so the battle of 2 quarterback lefties. They go back with Sama. He gets to the left side and tripped up initially was Owen Gates. Gates, started the year trying to contribute on the offensive side. He said, Coach, I just want to play defense. After he came back from his injury, Gates will be exclusively on defense.
Big down here, 3rd and 5. Be a test to the secondary, see if Daly wants to go the air.
Falloon is not lined up to the near side here. In tight. Actually, that's Wampa and Sisler on the near side. Falloon is to the left. Watch number 5 here on the far outside. When you need a 1st down, Daly rolls out to the near side. He's going to have to step his body. Throws downfield. He's got a man open. Falloon in and out of his hands. Incomplete. That's Kyle Sisler. Excuse me. Incomplete. It'll be 4th and 5. Coverage there by the Jags, Bo Gerke.
Wampa drew some coverage here. He did a little out route, putting Porter on him, matching speed against speed, so he gets some more one-on-one opportunities. That was there right outside on the fingertips of Sisler.
In the punt, Garrett Christensen back deep for the Jaguars. Cahill. They're kicking it short of Cahill. It's going to bounce and take a huge, falling on the football. Maybe not the best decision. Jaguars do get it back. I think a little bit of a miscommunication. Maybe thought it hit a player. On it last off the pile, it's Cole Breiter. He could have just let that thing bounce. All right, you've seen 2 offensive series. One was a lot longer than the other.
Yeah. Yes, it was.
Trenton Smith didn't get a lot of chance for coaching there. Let's see what he can do.
We'll see if Smith has a has a chance to settle down a little bit. They had him under center for the first couple plays. I think he gets the handoff a lot easier. So I think he wants to get some positive yards these next 2 plays here.
Trying to go wide and falling down is Trey Porter. Porter just slipped, but
Cole Rogers in there, got there deep and forced him to run back there, so he tried to make a cut and he slipped. But Rogers, the outside linebacker, coming in, seeing that play, so it's a big loss there to start the series.
Many defenses, Porter might be able to run outside of almost everybody. This Southeast Polk defense is different, and that play is going to have to be maybe something different. You can stretch it for a while, but at some point, you're going to have to do a little something different. Porter is to the right of Smith. Trenton sends Cahill in motion. He gets the ball. He's tripped up way behind the line of scrimmage. Andrew Harris, the anchor of this defensive line, comes in and makes that stop. He is a slender-looking defensive tackle, 6'2", 240. Gone are the days of the big guy that just fills that middle, Tim.
Well, they have an offensive lineman that can fill that middle, but that's we'll see him in the next series. But how do you say slim 240?
Well, look at me.
Yeah. I'm the right height. I just don't have I have the right weight, but just not the right height.
Right. 3rd and 24. Ball on the 17 for Polk. Smith to roll out. Probably his first pass. Throws it over the head of his intended receiver. And that's incomplete. One thing Trenton Smith, the discussion about him was he feels more comfortable throwing the football. Maybe didn't look quite comfortable there, but he now can go to the sidelines, put that behind him, and see what happens. So now the Jaguars are going to have to probably punt it to Wampa. They have 2 guys back, one of them being is Sama. Sama is on the far side. Wampa on the near. Kaiser to kick from his own 2. Rolls to the right, kicks it away and towards Sama. It's going to bounce and take a huge Jaguar bounce. That thing went 20 yards positive for Centennial. That's
looks like your 5-iron hitting the green and skipping on, but no, he got a great forward roll. Kicking it to the sideline, I think that they're going to put 2 return men out there because if the Centennial punt game is going to be kicking to the sides to pin them down there, it reduces the amount of return as long as they keep their lanes on the tackle. So good punt, flipping the field, but still 36-yard line for this Southeast Polk offense to take the field.
Daly and company back out. Second offensive possession. They went 3 and out the last time. 3 receivers to the near side. They hand it off to Sama. Stutter steps and stood up. Finished off Zach English. Hudson Simon. Sama is a name. He's the 3rd different Sama. One played at East, one played here at Centennial, and now the other one is at Southeast Polk, if you're like, I know that name. Maybe that was just me. Two receivers to the left, one to the right. Quick throw, Wampa, far sideline, caught, still on his feet, fumbles the ball, gets it back. English and Gates. I thought it was Wampa that caught it. Maybe it was Falloon who fell back on it.
Falloon had it. He got popped there right when he gained about 6 yards. Lost about 4 yards on the play. He's almost had the first down. There's still now 3rd and 4.
Okay, it was caught by Wampa and recovered by Wampa. Yep, that was him both times. But Wampa again in the slot on the near side with his receiver partner Sisler. Sama next to Daly. They fake, throw. Bullet caught by Falloon. At midfield, wrestled down. Bo Gerke and also Easton Miller.
Daly
moving the chains.
Daly does a nice job setting his feet and just putting the ball. He throws with authority, with the confidence out there. So the ball gets out quickly. So it forces your defensive backs to play tighter coverage because the ball is going to come out there. So you have to be watchful for the give and go.
Trips right. Looking this way, the lefty throws it downfield. He's got a man. Falloon caught into the end zone. Touchdown. 50-yard strike. Daly to Falloon, and that's a Rams score.
Falloon just put the coverage, between. He was on the outside there, took up the inside, got to the safety, got just behind the safety. It was a perfect throw by Daly. Caught him on the fingertips. Went in there, had about a 10-yard run for the touchdown after the catch. So good passing catch.
On to attempt the extra point is Christensen. He has it blocked. Actually, that kick was Josh Wilson. 6-0 Rams here on CISM.
He's actually blocked.
I need a Mocha Crunch Blast, please. You got it.
I'm on the Mocha Fudge.
We're gonna need more espresso chunks.
Order up.
Sonic Mocha Crunch Blast.
Really like your backyard, man.
There's nothing to the east, so I can do this all day.
No, Patrick. East is that way.
Oh, man, that's not good.
With Hy-Vee Aisles Online, it's easy to order online and pick up everything you or your neighbors might need.
Sorry about your hot dogs. All right. It won't happen again.
Okay.
Hy-Vee Aisles Online, convenient pickup, and we deliver too.
Our team at D. Armand Ford.
Southeast Polk 6, Centennial nothing. The extra point no good. The Rams line up. They'll tee it back up here. Here it's 6-0. Ankeny leads Waukee Northwest 14-0. Valley leads Dowling 7-0 early on, all games in the first quarter. Only 54 seconds left here. And after this kick, we'll see the replay of that. And we had a little discussion in here about if that was maybe a legal formation. Was someone covered up and not eligible? That play is in the distance now, but we'll see. As Wilson tees it up and puts the foot into it. End-over-end kick taken at the 2-yard line. It's Isaiah Stearns, 15-20, avoids one tackler, but not anymore. Coming up for Southeast Polk was Jace Aginiga. Let's see that play again as we get a look. This is the extra point, and Wilson's kick right there with the left hand. That's Zach English. I think Zach English got a big left paw on it. And it'll stay 6-0 Rams. Good crowd on hand tonight, both sides of the field. Little trickery goes Porter, second man through, and Porter is on the field a lot.
We'll see it come in and out of formations, though. They rotate players, keeping him fresh. Good pickup on the first down there, picking up 3 yards. The line drive block and moved the lineman back versus a lot of misdirection.
Seeing some Rummelhard in there. We're just not seeing much of Morgan, though. Morgan is in there now with Cahill and Porter in the backfield. Hand off Porter right up the gut into the secondary, and he goes down. Smart move. Wampa was coming up. So was Chebuar. And that is the end of the first quarter. Rams 6, Jaguars nothing. We've played 1. 3 more to go on high school football Friday night.
Winds know that winter means snow, ice, and freezing temps. Severe weather can make the roads downright dangerous. Truck Equipment Incorporated has the toughest work equipment that can stand up to the harshest conditions. Look for Western brand snowplows, quality you can count on. Buy new or utilize our repair services. We'll order new parts for same-day pickup or delivery. And now you can shop from home with our virtual showroom. Go to truckequipment.com today.
Central Bank is proud to support the unmatched spirit of sportsmanship and hard work exemplified by our local athletes. We're fans of high school sports and the way the big game and hometown team rally a community. Best of luck to all of today's competitors. Play hard, have fun, and make something great happen. Central Bank, member FDIC.
Cole Falloon's 50-yard touchdown pass reception is the difference in this game. It's been a lot of Jaguar offense. They're just trying to get some points now. Smith throws the football, tipped. Intended receiver was Chase Shuddy, the tight end. Now, if you look at the stats, Tim, from the last couple of weeks, it's been a pretty isolated group of Jaguar players that have gotten the ball. It's been Cahill, it's been Morgan, and it's been Porter. Really those guys, and then Good. But there's a chance to put the tight end into the mix.
Yeah, it's good to try it on a first down, so you still give yourself a chance here. Now second down, see if they come back with a run.
Cahill lead blocking for Morgan around the right side. He gets into the secondary. Ball comes out. And right now, they're putting the bag down like it was a fumble. No whistle that it was a down play.
No players are up. They retained the ball. Looks like Cahill has hands on the ball, so they picked up 4 yards there. Good hole. There's holes between the tackles. They seem to be getting their blocks in there. Centennial linemen generally are good at pulling and getting their blocks out, so they're finding some running room on there. Their rushing yards have been good for this so far this game.
3rd and 6, ball at the 40. Jaguars need to get up to the 46-yard line here. Into the lineup is Jackson Weibel and Porter. Play clock at 12. Toss sweep, Porter hit once, twice, and can't go a third way.
They came with the blitz that time. They had not only the 4 down linemen, but Rogers and McCrory, 2 outside linebackers who are also rushing. So really, you're bringing 6 linemen in there. Hard to find a rushing lane with that. So it brings up loss of yards. It brings up a 4th and 9.
Andrew Harris will come up here and make that basically one-arm tackle. Kaiser to punt. Again, Wampa and
Wampa switch sides here.
Yep, Wampa now. You got to pay attention. Line kick right at Sama. And then Wampa gets out of the way as it made more towards him. Ball will be whistled dead at the 25. 3rd offensive possession coming for Southeast Polk. They've 3 and out on their first. Scored a touchdown on their second. And it looks like Ankeny's about to score again. They get inside the 10 on a run. Still 14-0 as they end the first quarter there. 6-0 here.
Big series here for the defense, kind of keep them, see if they keep this in check. The passing game seems to be clicking a little bit for Southeast Polk. They want to get a rush on to hold them into longer down in distance.
Daly with it in the gun. Before the snap whistle, we're going to have a false start on Southeast Polk. Rams in the first quarter, 62 yards passing, 50 of it coming on one play, 7 yards rushing for a total of 69 yards. 43 yards rushing for Centennial, no yards passing, as they're 0 for 3 on passes. Rams are 3 of 4. It'll stay first down, 1st and 15. Sama is next to. On the left now, or was on the right, now he's on the left. They give it to Sama, stretches it to the right side. He's not going to be able to cut it up too much as Zach English is there first. And there's a lot of bodies going down like it was a loose ball, but English and big Brody Taggart in there as well.
Good pursuit by the defense out there. When you get a 1st and 15 like that, if you can keep it to no yards, so now you bring up a 2nd and long, forcing them to want to do the passing game.
Not having Titus Christensen is a big loss for this offense when you just don't have that speed. And Christensen is fast. A little bit of changed up defense after the Rams make their adjustment at the line. Sama steps one, steps another, gets into the secondary. He's across the 30 to near the 35. They're going to put him right at the stick. I think it's going to be a gain of 15. They moving the chains? They are. Joe Talmadge makes the stop. Talmadge getting a little bit of a look now. Talmadge has kind of been in and out this season in that, coming in on those pass situations.
Good blocking up front by Southeast Polk.
Two receivers to the right, one to the left. Daly claps once. Falloon and Wampa look. Sisler here on the left side. Everybody on the page. High snap, quick throw, far side, caught Wampa. Escapes one, not two. He's tackled. Easton Miller on that far boundary.
Coach talked about that when Wampa gets in there. Because we need to use him as an offensive weapon. He's quite talented. So if he's in there, look for him to be high likelihood that he's going to get the ball tossed his way.
Talking to Southeast Polk insiders this week, I asked, where is Wampa's future? And a lot of them think it's on the defensive side of the ball. But you're doing what your team needs, and that's what Wampa's doing right now. Kind of like Trey Porter. Porter's the quarterback of your defense, but you need him on offense. Jaguars make a swim motion. Let's see what that means. Sama gets the call. Talmadge comes in from the far side and is the first one there. Proctor's helmet comes off. Haven't talked much about Cade Proctor. That's a big dude. Also with a lot of offers, can pretty much pick where he wants to go in college. Same with Wampa.
Here's a guy that was looked at before he played a varsity down. They saw his size coming through. He's still only a junior, 6'8", 335. He has to leave the field because his helmet came off.
Keegan Adriano also was in on that tackle. You think guys get excited when they play a big-time recruit?
Oh, yeah. Yep. You tend to gauge yourself. Are you playing him even? Can you play up with him? Is it too big for the moment? But yes, guys like to play against supposedly D1 talent.
Tight formation and going outside after going inside, popping it out is Daly. He'll get the first down. And Bo Gerke, Cole Grider there for a stop. It is enough to move the chains.
Good job by the defensive line. They stopped him, and there was no room out there for Daly to run, so he popped it outside, picked up a couple yards, just getting enough for the first down. So heads-up play by Daly. That's what a senior quarterback can do for you, that he's relaxed out there and knows the offense.
Colin Kadolf just scored his third rushing touchdown for Ankeny. They're up 21-0 here. 6-0 Southeast Polk. Wampa on the jet. Gets it in, gets it out, and can't go any further as Colton Kitt was there for Centennial. So, Tim, both of these speedsters for these offenses are trying to go to the outside. It's been hard sledding out there. Why?
Well, the defenses are well coached. They run everything back into all the traffic. If you don't want to get them outside, then there's a lot more room to get a running lane out there. But if you take it back inside, your linebackers are coming in to clean up the mess.
Ball at midfield again. The last time it was at midfield, Southeast Polk scored on a 50-yard touchdown strike to Falloon. He's on the far sideline in front of the official. Wampa near side. They throw again. This time they catch Falloon in stride. He's going to get the first down on second long up to the 35-yard line. 15, 21-yard pickup. Talmadge the stop. So we're seeing a little more Joel Talmadge, probably because you got to give Trey Porter a little bit of a break on defense.
Yes, a good job there by Falloon. Took a dig, took an in route there, right on the hash mark and caught the pass. So that's a tough one to defend. It takes a guy who's pretty tough to play in the middle of the field, willing to go across the middle for receptions.
Daly on first down, stands at the 40, ball at the 25. They go Sam up the middle. Stutter steps once, twice, and then he's into the linebackers. And he gets nearly a first down. Zach English grabs him from behind. First down, move the chains. Now Southeast Polk has a sustained drive.
They're getting some solid blocks in there. He waits for the hole to develop. Sam does a nice job of picking there, finding his room, picking up 6 yards, 5 yards at a time there. So he's a good balanced running back.
Watching the replay, Tim, it is a much more bunched formation there, not to the outside like it has been before. Let's see if that's just because the play wasn't to Wampa. They go back Sama. He gets to the outside again. Penalty comes in. Sama is going to be popped at the 17 by English and Miller.
We got holding there on Proctor.
And the 5 Jaguar coaches that were in my vision, once they saw the flag, they're like, all right, it's fine. This is coming back, because they were going to go crazy. I think we shared the story at the Urbandale game. After the game at Sioux City East, the Ankeny coaches were very frustrated by the officiating in that game for all the holding calls. And tonight, much less. You know there's holding on every play, right? Or is there not?
Well, there is holding. It's just that what's called for holding. I know that Taggart's out there lined up against Proctor. He was the one that was held or tackled on that play, but he's got his hands full tonight.
Wildcat formation, Wampa at the quarterback. He's going to run it to the right side, cuts it back up at the hash. Now he spins, and boy, he is popped by Zach English first. And I think it was Binstock who came high on that finish. So Daly lined up somewhere else, and they went Wampa with the Wildcat.
Trying to find some room to run. He's got the fast twitch muscles out there when he runs. But yes, he's lining up at the quarterback position.
They go fake to Sama, and now to the right side. Wampa's got the first down, stiff arms his way, still on the sideline, goes airborne, Superman style, before he's tackled by Zach English inside the 20 to the 15. Heck, he's almost to the 10. It'll be first down and goal. No, ball looks like it's just outside. Nope, they're not putting the sticks up. First and goal, so it'll just be goal to go for the Jaguars. We're going to go Wildcat again. Daly lines up. One of these times they're actually going to throw the ball to him. Wampa claps, runs to the right side. Sama there. This play is blown up first. Zach English. So English must be on spy duty. He's been everywhere Wampa's been.
If he comes to that side, it looks like he's spying, especially he's in this, it's a new formation. I don't think they've run this much before. So, but you put your back at risk. Daly comes back to the quarterback position. They're going to go wide. So what do you call here on the second and goal?
And Joe Zelenovich and Quent Christensen come in to the game. They're on the left side as Sama and the tight end, Jordan Mitchell. Mitchell goes in motion now. Falloon to the right.
Lots of room to the left.
Sama up the middle on the handoff. Dances once, and then he is wrestled down. Easton Miller, the 6-foot senior linebacker. 40 tackles coming into the season or into the game.
He wasn't going to let him go, so they've only gained a couple of yards. So now you got a third and goal. Big here. You're looking for something, trying to get isolation, get a one-on-one to the outside. A lot of room here to the left side of the formation, and a left-handed quarterback.
Again, Zelenovich to the left, a bunch to the right for Polk. Roll out to the right for Daly. Sets. He'll cut it up and run towards the goal line. Stick his arms out with the ball. Touchdown! 8-yard run for Jackson Daly.
Good read by him on the defense out there. Coverage went out there that he saw a lane to run, so he took it up there. Hard running, broke a tackle, got there, and just reached the ball over the goal line for the touchdown.
Was that a run play the whole way?
I think he had one option to pass if he wasn't open, but he had a chance to run loose.
Wilson's extra point this time is up, and no doubt about it, it's now 13-0 Southeast Polk here with 4:24 to play first quarter. This is
Central Bank is proud to support the unmatched spirit of sportsmanship and hard work exemplified by our local athletes. We're fans of high school sports and the way the big game and hometown team rally a community. Best of luck to all of today's competitors. Play hard, have fun, and make something great happen. Central Bank, member FDIC.
Why do businesses succeed? The Better Business Bureau sees the traits of successful businesses every day. It's not easy, but it is simple. The BBB fosters trust between Iowa businesses and consumers.
Visit bbb.org.
I need a Mocha Crunch Blast, please. You got it.
I'm on the Mocha Fudge.
We're gonna need more espresso chunks.
Order up.
Sonic Mocha Crunch Blast.
Jackson Daly's been involved in both scores for Southeast Polk. He threw a 50-yard touchdown pass. Now he just ran the ball 8 yards in for the score. Southeast Polk 13, Centennial of Ankeny 0. 4:24 to go here, second quarter. Pretty low-scoring contest.
Clock moving fairly quickly. Good running games here between the sidelines, so the clock is going to continue to run. These kind of offenses.
Josh Wilson, short kick, going to be taken at about the 20. Goes through the hands of the return, and it's going to be, might have been Kaiser. No, 82. Hayes Crum. No, sorry. Wrong. Eric and Trekken. All right, if you're Centennial, what do you got to do in this offensive series, Tim?
I like to see if they can get Smith out there. I know he likes to, if he's a drop back pass, I like to see him roll out a little bit, get that lane, pass to the outside. Several times he's tried to pass over the middle. Very dangerous. They've been high. He's just probably a little amped up. Yet a quarterback, he's not releasing it and throwing through it. So I like to see him roll out, create a little bit of room. The running game is working well on the inside. So work the inside, roll out to the outside.
To the near side of Stearns, Cahill goes in motion. They go up to the left side with Trey Porter, and he is stood up. In there first, Cole Rogers. Rogers battled for a spot in camp, earned it, as Coach Zelenovich called him a surprise. You love to see guys compete. That's all guys ask for, all athletes in general, boys, girls, whatever. Just give them a chance. Let us compete. Don't make it predetermined, and good things can happen when you have a little competition. Porter to the left of Smith. Reverse, Cahill. Goes inside Rogers, hand down. Rogers made that play, but it's going to be Chebuhar that gets credit for the tackle. Gain of about 2. It'll be third and a long 4.
Third, it's manageable, but you're gaining positive yards at each one. You're looking at, this is very much a 3-down offense. So see if they will hear a ball right in the middle of the field, see if they want to roll out and do something, or maybe some kind of counter.
That time there were 3 blockers in front, just not enough to, just couldn't quite get all the white shirts taken care of.
Last time they blitzed both outside linebackers. Everybody's bunched at the line.
Heat coming. They go up with Morgan. He dives his way forward across the 25. He needed to get a couple more yards. I think it's going to be 4th and maybe 2. And Centennial's punt team jogs on. And the Jags will kick it away.
Gain of 2, 4th and 2. And the punt number 22, Caden Kaiser.
Yeah, they had all 8 men in the line there, just kind of you overwhelm your offensive blocking assignments, so someone's going to come free, or you don't have as much gaps to choose from to run there. Almost daring Centennial to pass on a 3rd down.
Prove it until you can make it. Burn us once, then we'll stop. Keep us honest. Kaiser's kick is away. Bouncing kick going to be taken by Wampa. He fair caught a ball that bounced. He saw, the spin on that ball is if he lets it go, it goes another 10 yards. Now with 2:05, you have a 65, 64-yard field. It might have been a 74-yard field if he lets it go.
Right, yeah, 2:05, all 3 timeouts left for Southeast Polk. Looking at, and Daly's one of the smarter quarterbacks out there. He's going to use the clock. They don't have to worry about the clock now until after they get, under a minute. But see if they're going to bring out the passing game here. See how much they're going to use Wamp in the offense to drive down the field.
Coming up at halftime, we'll talk with Jessica Reinhardt, head volleyball coach for Centennial. Always good to hear what's going on in Centennial volleyball. Daly gives it to Sama. Goes into the right. And then he's going to be stood up after a couple of yard gain. Taggart there. Simon's there.
Did a great job of closing that hole there. It looks like he was going to pick up 5 or 6 yards, but the hole closed and there was nowhere to go, so keep it to a shorter game.
Sam Dietz playing on nose tonight in for JT Turner. Daly was going to throw. Now he's running, looking, buying time, and throws it out of bounds. His closest receiver there was his tight end, Jordan Mitchell.
Miller out there making sure they got rid of the ball. He was putting pressure on him, so they came up the middle, not letting him run. So good job of pursuit and keeping him running out there, incomplete pass. Stops the clock. Give him up a 3rd and long. So big down here, not letting him get the first down, see if he can get the ball back. Don't want to give him a first down here to the midfield to keep this drive alive.
The one clap, look to the side, recall the play. Daly. 3-step drop. Now steps up. Got a hold coming. Penalty. Ball thrown down the field, and it's caught by Sisler. Will be enough for a first down. However, there is a penalty back at the 32-yard line. A flag on the field, and it's holding. And that's a pretty easy call.
If you see that breakdown there, the pocket right away, and guys are flying around, usually someone's getting shoved, held, trying to come through. Usually when a guy's going by a lineman and gets to the side, he kind of reaches his arm out a little bit and he gets caught in the holding.
Hudson Simon put his arm up like, I can't. And that's a good way to get some attention. Do they teach that in defensive lineman school?
Yes, you always want to make sure that the closest official, you say, hey, this is, look at, it's.
Buck 14 to go before half. Polk goes backwards. 3rd and 21 from the 25. They've got to get all the way up to the 46-yard line. It's a battle of the clock. They're going to let some of it go here.
Watch if someone's going to go down the seam here, try to get someone, loose down the middle of the field. Because it stretches your defensive secondary out. You got a single safety top.
Play clock at 2. And as you said, Polk has their timeouts. They use one now. All right, out-of-town games. Let's give you a little update here. 13-0 Southeast Polk in front of Centennial from Ankeny Stadium. Glad to have you with us here on CISN. Ankeny leads Waukee Northwest 28-0. Valley 14, Dowling 3. Urbandale putting it to Waukee, 28-0, and no score reported yet between Johnston and Cedar Rapids Kennedy. Now, I know Cadolph had 3 of those touchdowns. You think Ankeny's trying to send a message, Tim?
They always do. I think they've had some close games. They already have a couple losses, and I thought they were one of the better teams. So what's going to help them is down the road. It's going to help them in the RPI, move them up there. They get not only the first game, but possibly into the second game if they get to the playoffs, stay at home.
Centennial fighting for their playoff lives. They are right now RPI 14 at 3-4, and there'll be some that say if you don't win games, you shouldn't be in the playoffs. But look at who they've played. Tough schedule of Dowling, Valley, Waukee Northwest, Ankeny. Actually, that's Southeast Polk's schedule. They've had some tough teams. Sama gets the call on the right side, just going to run it, and he goes out of bounds. Oh, no, they're going to say he was down inbounds. And Polk, no, it's actually Centennial calls timeout with 37 seconds left.
Should be the last timeout of the half for Centennial.
Centennial's played a very good Indianola team. Ankeny, Waukee, Cedar Falls, Sioux City East, Urbandale, and Waukee Northwest. So all good programs.
They played number 4 Urbandale to the last play of the game. They had the lead going into that in that fourth quarter. So yeah, they played. They're a tough out. They're a very quality team. So I think the RPI does work quite well because you're looking at not just winning your division. You're looking at having to go and who you play, how well you play them. And one of their trademarks is he's beating a very good Ankeny High team.
And Centennial has Des Moines East next week. East has put a couple of wins together, and that's no easy task next week, as co-head coach Ryan Pizzetti told us this week, he's like, hey, we just haven't had a breather.
You know, we have Lincoln playing at Ames tonight. They're in the bubble team. They're the 16th ranked team in the RPI.
Southeast Polk to punt. Kick is made by Christensen. It's going to bounce at the 42 and be down at about the 40, 29 seconds. So let's see if Centennial decides to take a knee or take an aggressive move.
I think you hear it's a close game. It's 13-0. They don't get the ball at the beginning of the second half, so I think now is the time to take a shot, roll out, do something. You know, if you don't stay in bounds, let the clock run out, but you want to give yourself a shot, I would. But then I'm sitting up here. I'm not the offensive coordinator.
And they're going to take a knee because they're putting Trey Porter back 15 yards, 20 yards off the ball as an emergency situation. So that'll be the last play of the first half. And Southeast Polk's going to go into the break up 13-0 here on the road tonight in Class 5A football.
They're coming back to the line of scrimmage with 9 seconds, 8 seconds, like they were thinking of running a play.
And the side judge is asking the Jaguars to get back. It's like, come on, we're going to the locker room, and that's how it's going to be. We played one half of football. Southeast Polk 13, Ankeny Centennial 0. Back with volleyball chat. Jessica Reinhardt next here on CISM.
Plumbing and Heating continues to be one of Central Iowa's fastest growing plumbing, heating, and cooling companies. I'm proud of what we've accomplished at Holt. Our team is leading the way in providing the latest in home comfort solutions, and we have fun doing it. Our passion is to be the clear first choice for all your plumbing, heating, cooling, and home service needs. But at the end of the day, a job well done and a happy customer means everything to us. Just one more reason why more and more Central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
I need a Mocha Crunch Blast, please. You got it.
I'm on the Mocha Fudge.
We're gonna need more espresso chunks.
Order up.
Sonic Mocha Crunch Blast.
Obsessively, relentlessly. That's what you can always expect, even when faced with the unexpected. It's a service we take seriously, providing comfort in the rain, tools to help you save, a helping hand along the way, and from a safe distance away. Delivering the energy you need while going the extra mile. Regardless of the times, our team remains committed to you.
Our team at D. Armand Ford Indianola are committed to giving you an exceptional ownership experience.
As a family-owned business, my dad and I are in the dealership every day to ensure you experience the D. Armand difference.
Our core values of hard work, honesty, trust, and integrity are what we build our business on.
Experience the difference at the all-new D. Armand Ford Indianola,
where you'll actually enjoy doing business.
The all-new D. Armand Ford Indianola, darmandford.com.
Here on the pregame show, Paul Yeager with head Centennial volleyball coach Jessica Reinhardt. Coach, appreciate the time. So I don't know if you knew a couple of weeks ago, Andy Pollock, who's done many of your games for us on CISN, I got a weird text about 20 minutes before you were to start the match against Ankeny. So I show up. I've been following your team. It's always fun to follow your team. I saw one of the greatest volleyball games I'd seen in quite a while. Who would have thought a 3-0 sweep would be so exciting? What was going through your mind that night?
It was just an awesome night for us. That game's always intense. And I thought our girls were ready, and I had hoped that they were ready. And it went obviously exactly how we wanted it to. I mean, minus Liv's injury. The game of itself, was a phenomenal game, and it was a great battle, and we played well, and we were ready. And yeah, that night felt really good.
I've been in both of your gyms a lot. I've seen good crowds. I don't think I've ever seen a crowd like that. What's it like to have a full house when you're not playing at the state tournament, but to have it in the regular season?
It's great. I think our kids thrived off the energy in the gym. We played about a week later and there was no crowd, and they're like, oh, the energy was gone. It's like, yeah, that's not normal, just for a regular season game. It's awesome. And I've always told them it is good preparation for when and if you get down to the state tournament, to have a crowd like that. You've played in that environment before. And so I think it's good preparation.
You mentioned Liv Anderson's injury. That was tough that night. She had just committed either that day or the day before to continue her career. She's elected homecoming queen later in the week. I mean, she's a special person, let alone player to your team. How did the girls respond to that? And how is Liv involved now as you move forward?
It was just really devastating moment for everyone. Liv's kind of a heart and soul of our team, or just people in general. So when she went down, it was neat to see Kendra get in there and, just go all out. And I do think she had kind of an out of body experience when I talked to her about it, but she didn't want to let anybody down, and she's a really competitive kid. And I think that was to her advantage, that she was able to not think too much and just get in there and compete. So it's been neat to see the team respond. Of course they're sad. But people have stepped up to fulfill as much of that as they can. And so, no one wants to let Liv down or have her on the sidelines disappointed, as much as she already is. So everybody's playing hard, for each other at this point.
Well, that I think is a little testament to your program, because it's next girl in. You have one of the state's greatest programs. You are an absolutely reloader every year, and you were able to bring somebody in that doesn't get a lot of playing time in huge moments and step up. You kind of talked about it a little bit, but everybody else kind of seemed to step up their game.
It's true. And we've said one of the reasons we are strong is because there are 3 to 4 people in every position that are deep. And so we can afford an injury or have somebody have an off night and know that we have somebody ready to play. And these girls really do push each other in practice, which we think, helps us in the postseason too, because it's a constant battle in practice, and people are ready, and this team's really close. And so they don't get jealous or mad, if somebody else is getting playing time. They just keep plugging and wait for their moment or their chance to get in there and help the team.
Well, I think great teams practice like they play. And if you're saying that your practices are intense, that obviously is indicative of the way you guys play as a team. As you hit, by the time this airs, you will have already had your final regular season tune-ups. You've had some incredible regular season games. You've played Dyke New Hartford. You've played Liberty. You've played these teams that are very good. That always seems to get you ready, and it's no different than any other year. Why do you like playing the tough teams?
Just so you do face adversity. You figure out what it's like to be pushed. A lot of times different good opponents bring out something different that you didn't even know was a weakness, so you can get back and make that stronger. I always say I want to be battle tested. I want to know that we've gone through it, that our losses we always learn from, and they stink. No one likes to lose. But almost always we can take something from that loss and turn it into what we need to get better at, stronger at, how we need to think different or prepare different. And all of those things, end up helping us in the long run. So
there's been years you've had incredible hitters. This team may be a little bit different, is all 6 on the floor are just so good at any given moment, and they can do multiple things. Am I reading your team right?
You're right. We've said with this team, we don't necessarily have huge superstars. We have 6 people that are really, really good at their jobs. And so nobody had a little one that wanted to join.
Hey, we always like people at halftime. It's always good.
So yeah, with this team, we we emphasize balance. We emphasize that it does take all 6 showing up and doing their job for us to be great. But we also know that at any point in time, somebody can carry us a little further.
All right, let's name some names. Who do you got that you really like?
Ella Becker's our libero. She sets the tone for defense. She covers a lot of court. She's really mentally tough. And we ask her to take a ton of balls. So we can count on Ella. She's kind of the anchor back there in defense.
Some of your other hitters?
Some hitters are Monica Morembe. She's our big, tall middle. She just has a presence, and she hits at such a high point. We've cropped a couple photos, and we're like, no one's blocking that, Mo. Just get up and swing. So she makes other people look tiny, which is always a good thing in volleyball. So our middles are Monica and Peyton. Peyton Mitchell is a 3-year starter, and she's really come along. She had a great match against Ankeny. She serves super tough. I don't know another team in the state that probably starts with their middle serving, but we start with Peyton serving because she can get on those runs. On the right side, we have Marissa, and she puts up a great wall. She's got a really good block on that right side, and that's one of their primary responsibilities. But when we can get her the ball, she can put that away too. Her and Monica kind of provide a 1-2 punch in that front row. And then on the outside now, without Liv, we just have 2 really steady outsides with Kendra and Delaney Winkle. It's really stepped up. We moved her to 6 rotations, and she seemed to love staying on the court and is fighting hard to play good defense back there. And then with all of that, Morgan Dembesti has been our setter in the 5-1. So she's the one dishing out all the balls. She plays good defense. She's competitive. And she's really been pushing the pace on offense, which I think will help us late into the season.
All right, as we wrap up here, of course, everybody's goal is always to make state, but your program's a little bit different. You want to be on that last day. This year, it's a Thursday. How are you going to get there?
Man, 1 point at a time, literally like first round of regionals, then hopefully make it to state. And when we get there, we really do focus on just 1 point at a time. We know where we want to be in the end, but focusing there doesn't help us. It even starts in training on Friday, just with every touch we make. So we're going to prepare for it. We do have high hopes for this season and with this group, and they're awesome. I want to see them get there because I want them to feel what that feels like. But the only way you get there is 1 point at a time.
That's championship talk right there, Coach. Thank you so much for the time. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
All right, that's head coach of the Centennial Jaguar volleyball team, Coach Reinhardt. Thank you so much. Our halftime show continues right after this.
Hi, I'm Joe the Car Guy with Westside Auto. I'm excited to tell you about our new lifetime oil change plan. When you purchase our plan, you'll never have to pay for an oil change again. If you get a different car, simply transfer the plan over. If that car's oil needs are different than your original plan, just pay the difference. It couldn't be simpler. You won't have to worry about inflation or prices going up. Give us a call at Westside Auto Pros to get details on the lifetime oil change plan. And remember, when I say lifetime, I mean your lifetime, not just your car's.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and you've probably noticed there's shortages on most everything in the market today. Well, Heat and Glow has helped us out this year, and they are focusing their energy on their gas fireplace inserts. So if you've got a drafty old wood-burning fireplace and you want to get it retrofitted into a beautiful, high-efficient gas fireplace, come see us. We will have product to sell you.
Heat and Glow gas fireplace insert from Fireplace Superstore. 109th and Douglas in Urbandale, just west of Homeacres.
Really like your backyard, man.
There's nothing to the east, so I can do this all day.
No, Patrick. East is that way.
Oh, man, that's not good.
With Hy-Vee aisles online, it's easy to order online and pick up everything you or your neighbors might need.
Sorry about your hot dogs. All right. It won't happen again.
Okay.
Hy-Vee aisles online, convenient pickup, and we deliver too.
Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee has over 300 pre-owned vehicles with 50 under 25 grand. Des Moines area, you've never seen this before. Text VALUE to 515-212-7952 and get your vehicle's instant value by text. Or go to WaukeeChevy.com and click on Text My Trade-In Value. Chevy Cruze, $199 a month. Silverado, $1,500, $349 per month.
Who loves you, Iowa? Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee does. WaukeeChevy.com.
Businesses every day. It's not easy, but it is simple. The BBB fosters trust between Iowa businesses and consumers.
Visit bbb.org.
Central Bank is proud to support the unmatched spirit of sportsmanship and hard work exemplified by our local athletes. We're fans of high school sports and the way the big game and hometown team rally a community. Best of luck to all of today's competitors. Play hard, have fun, and make something great happen. Central Bank, member FDIC.
I need a Mocha Crunch Blast, please. You got it.
I'm on the Mocha Fudge.
We're gonna need more espresso chunks.
Order up.
Sonic Mocha Crunch Blast.
Iowans know that winter means snow, ice, and freezing temps. Severe weather can make the roads downright dangerous. Truck Equipment Incorporated has the toughest work equipment that can stand up to the harshest conditions. Look for Western brand snowplows, quality you can count on. Buy new or utilize our repair services. We'll order new parts for same-day pickup or delivery. And now you can shop from home with our virtual showroom. Go to truckequipment.com today.
13-0 Southeast Polk. Number 2 RPI in the state, number 14 RPI Centennial, 0. Tim Halbert, Paul Yeager, glad to have you back here at Ankeny Stadium. And you walk through some of the early looks of this first half, Tim. Impressions, besides the Irish Polka Band?
Yeah, I was waiting for that. I was hoping for it. No, I think I think you look at the quarterback difference. Daly getting out there, finding his rhythm. He is 5 out of 7. I think we're looking at 88 yards. I'm trying to get this right here.
83 yards passing.
83 yards passing,
yep.
But he had a perfect strike to Falloon there for the touchdown. He also scored a touchdown. So I think the experienced quarterback looks different versus Smith quarterbacking his offense.
Trenton Smith, 0 for 3 passing, 2 carries for 3 yards. They haven't utilized him much in the offensive scheme. It's been a lot of Trey Porter, 10 carries for 22 yards. Porter trying to play much more offense. We haven't really seen him on defense tonight. And they haven't really needed him for Centennial.
Right, he's got the speed to get to the outside. It seems like Southeast Polk figured that out, the outside rushing game. They kind of closed that down because they were rushing the ball, controlling it very well in the first half. They got to find a big play. They haven't really sparked that big play yet. The offense is a grinder out there. The defense is playing pretty well. A couple breakdowns here and there. They're keeping it close. So looking for the offense to find maybe some spark here in the second half.
Southeast Polk has rushed it 16 times for 88 yards. A lot of that coming, Boo Sama, 10 carries, 47 yards. They've used him a lot. He had about 3-4 plays or touches. He didn't get any positive yards. Then he kind of broke 3, and they've been able to find him and create. Many think there's a lot of open receivers for Southeast Polk. Do you think so?
When you're running the ball on the inside, it brings your linebackers in. We're going to see a lot more one-on-ones on the outside. That's where Falloon is kind of coming in, cutting across the middle. He's finding that one-on-one coverage. Very skilled receiver. They're quick out there. He's, he gets overlooked because Wampa gets out there, but he's also fast. So look for some more opportunities out there to maybe make a big play by Southeast Polk.
And if you are if you're Centennial, what do you got to do here in the second half?
The defense has to keep playing well, and it keeps shutting it down, getting the ball back. They've had some 3 and outs. They've done a good job there. They're kicking away, not letting it Wampa take over on special teams. But the offense has to find a spark. Maybe it's a pass. Maybe get their quarterback to roll out. Find some rhythm in that passing game to kind of loosen up that defense because they're really playing 8 people in the box.
All right, 13-0. We're at halftime. Southeast Polk in the lead. Centennial will kick off to Southeast Polk to start the second half, which begins in just a matter of minutes. You're watching high school football here on CISN.TV.
I need a Mocha Crunch Blast, please. You got it.
I'm on the Mocha Fudge.
We're gonna need more espresso chunks.
Order up.
Sonic Mocha Crunch Blast.
Really like your backyard, man.
There's nothing to the east, so I can do this all day.
No, Patrick. East is that way.
Oh man, that's not good.
With Hy-Vee aisles online, it's easy to order online and pick up everything you or your neighbors might need.
Sorry about your hot dogs. All right. It won't happen again.
Okay.
Hy-Vee aisles online, convenient pickup, and we deliver too.
Our team at D. Ford Indianola are committed to giving you an exceptional ownership experience.
As a family-owned business, my dad and I are in the dealership every day to ensure you experience the DeArmond difference.
Our core values of hard work, honesty, trust, and integrity are what we build our business on.
Experience the difference at the all-new DeArmond Ford Indianola,
where you'll actually enjoy doing business.
The all-new DeArmond Ford Indianola, DeArmondFord.com.
Obsessively, relentlessly. That's what you can always expect, even when faced with the unexpected. It's a service we take seriously, providing comfort in the rain, tools to help you save, a helping hand along the way, and from a safe distance away, delivering the energy you need while going the extra mile. Regardless of the times, our team remains committed to you.
At Holt Plumbing and Heating, our team is clean-cut, professionally dressed, and always training to be the best. We have families too, and we understand that nothing is more important than keeping them safe and comfortable. Our passion is to be the clear first choice for all your plumbing, heating, cooling, and home service needs. A high-quality job with a smile and a little extra wow. I would like to personally invite you to experience Holt Plumbing and Heating and find out why, for over 70 years, families all over central Iowa say, let Holt handle that.
Hi, I'm Joe the Car Guy with Westside Auto. I'm excited to tell you about our new lifetime oil change plan. When you purchase our plan, you'll never have to pay for an oil change again. If you get a different car, simply transfer the plan over. If that car's oil needs are different than your original plan, just pay the difference. It couldn't be simpler. You won't have to worry about inflation or prices going up. Give us a call at Westside Auto Pros to get details on the lifetime oil change plan. And remember, when I say lifetime, I mean your lifetime, not just your car's.
I need a Mocha Crunch Blast, please. You got it.
I'm on the Mocha Fudge.
We're gonna need more espresso chunks.
Order up.
Sonic Mocha Crunch Blast.
Southeast Polk 13, Ankeny Centennial 0. The Rams will get the ball to start the second half. Ankeny will have running clock in the second half when they kick it off at Waukee Northwest. Colin Cadall, 4 touchdowns. Ankeny 35. Waukee Northwest 0. Valley is up on Dowling 14-3. They're at the half. Urbandale 28, Waukee 0. Des Moines Lincoln and Ames tied at 14. That's in the second quarter. And Johnston's going to need a Red Bull to get going as they have a late kickoff at Kingston Stadium tonight with Cedar Rapids Kennedy. And it's always interesting to see how games develop. As we look at the RPI that came out this week, Valley is number 1, Polk 2, Kennedy 3, Urbandale 4, Prairie 5, Ankeny and Linn-Mar are tied at 6, City High 8. So those would be your host schools. Cedar Falls, Pleasant Valley, Waukee Northwest, Dubuque Senior, Dowling, Centennial, Ames, and Lincoln would be your road teams. So by chalk, Centennial would get the opportunity to play Cedar Rapids Kennedy, who the Register has put number 1. Polk is number 2 in many polls, but Valley is the one that the RPI likes. We'll know a lot more after tonight. Ankeny will move up with that if they can keep a win. That would send Northwest down, so then that would disrupt anybody that had a win over or a loss to Northwest. Valley, to me, is that sleeper team in 5A.
They're experienced, well coached. You know, it's coming on this time of year, but they're going to use the RPI index to determine the playoffs. So Valley could stay at number 1. We don't see a lot of movement here in the top 8. I think they're all winning tonight. You know, with one game to go, they should stay well into that first round. The juggling is going to happen really 10 through 16. There's a lot of movement that can happen in there. So to see what happens here after tonight.
Next week, to end the season, Centennial will go to Des Moines East. Southeast Polk will return with Cedar Rapids Jefferson, and Jefferson's had to forfeit a game, maybe 2 this year. East will be a good game for Centennial there at Williams Stadium. Valley hosts Roosevelt. Ankeny will host Lincoln, Des Moines Lincoln. Marshalltown will be at Des Moines North. Dowling Catholic, they have to go play at Waukee. Johnston and Ames will meet next week. And Sioux City North and Council Bluffs, Abe Lincoln. Cedar Falls will play Senior. So that will determine a little bit of the 5A playoff picture.
Yeah, Dubuque Senior is now ranked 12th in the RPI, so it's a good game for Cedar Falls. They come in at 9, so they can flip-flop spots depending how they do this weekend. So
all sorts of fun. We'll watch it through, but we've got football to go here. Centennial will kick off left to right. They'll try to have their defense pull a tall task as it's taken by Falloon at the 20. He's down the near sideline, and he'll return it up about the 43-yard line before he's knocked out of bounds. Joe Talmadge was there, Trey Porter, and another guy who had a very big first half, Zach English. We've said Zach English a lot tonight, or I have anyway.
Yes, he's done a nice job, spying in, as you mentioned earlier, on Wampa. He plays special teams. He kind of plays all over.
Holding call against Southeast Polk on the return, so what was a good return up across the 40 will go backwards.
So if you kick it deep, you got Wampa back there. If you kick it short, you got Falloon. So, to pick your poison, which way you want to go on your kickoff. So very talented. Good break there for Centennial on defense to get the holding play, take it back to the 25-yard line. So this is a big series here to start the second half, set the tone. It's usually how teams come out of the locker room in the second half. How are they going to play that second half? Is their heads on straight? Are they ready to go play football? They can take it to the opponent. So defense, offense, we'll see what happens here.
Harmon, Boru, Douglas, Proctor, Vetter, all out there in front of Jackson Daly. He's got Sama to his right. They go up, Sama in the middle. And he'll get a couple before Colton Kitt at the 30.
So running off that between the right guard center, combination. There's Sama finds some running room. So good blocking up there by Southeast Polk. Strong in the offensive line.
Second and about 5. Ball at the 30 for Southeast Polk. Rams not a lot of offensive plays early on, but the second quarter was much more to their style. But they are a quick threat, high snap, Daly quick throw, gets it out, caught, Sisler.
So just short of the first down.
He is about a yard short. And Trey Porter playing defense here on this first defensive series.
They've given a lot of cushion there on the outside, lined up against Sisler out there, knowing that he's going to there. So now you're bringing up a 3rd and 1. Possibly you can see where your quarterback sneak.
And Daly, not so much a sneak as it is take it off left side, and he just bowled over Bo Gerke. I think you could probably give the tackle credit to Daly because he took Gerke down. But Gerke made the stop, gain of about 6. Needed only 1.
We got a 6'3", 225-pound quarterback. He's a lot to bring down. That play, I was watching Caden Proctor just collapse the right side of the defense there, creating a big lane for Daly.
Proctor at that left tackle position. He traps to the right, trying to get behind some of that seal down was Abu Sama. He'll pick up about 5. Gerke. Or no, that's English again. Brody Taggart also there.
Zelenovich has said that they like to use a double tight end. Generally, I've seen just the single tight end formation out here, using Jordan Mitchell out there playing the tight end or wing back.
Daly on the clap, throws across the middle, caught. Enough for a first down inside the 40. That's Quent Christensen.
Number 7, Trey Porter.
Porter the tackle, and that was a good-looking pass from Daly. Look at the zip on this thing.
Yes, he does throw with authority. That's when your quarterback knows he's got the timing down. Impressed that the receivers take the crossing route in the middle. You're going to kind of brush off that cornerback and find a spot there between the linebackers and the corner.
Daly looks to the right, now to the left. Gives it to Sama, who's stopped behind the line. First one there.
Easton Miller.
Easton Miller with that cast on that right arm. So I was going to ask, how would you compare the way J.J. Cole and Jackson Daly throw the football? Both throw it with extreme zip.
Yep, they do. I think Cole has played better as the season went on. I think the timing, the first few games, his timing with the receivers weren't quite there. But both, it's really getting your feet set, not getting too wide, and then throwing with the motion going forward. Throwing knowing where the ball is going to go.
Daly rolls out, steps up, throws short. Headed towards Falloon. Short hopped him on coverage was Cole Greider.
And this, what's that English guy who was in there again? I think we called him before. He was in there rushing, causing Daly to throw. Once again, his feet weren't set, so then he short hopped it to his receiver. So that's when a good rush, getting the quarterback to move and wanting to throw on the run, is what you want to do as a defensive player. Just make him feel nervous back there. But if he's got time, gets set, he's got great release on the ball, and he throws you accurately.
Two receivers to the left and right. Sama in the backfield. Daly to throw. Step back throw behind the receiver at Sisler's shoestrings. He couldn't quite adjust. I think there was a lane because there was some guy named number 9 that was in the passing lane. Imagine that.
Yes, he's all over the field. That was a big play. So it brings up 4th and 10. So what's Centennial going to do here? Are they going to try and pooch punt it in there? Or are they going to take their offense, having confidence in them, that they could try for a first down, if not, that their defense can hold. So
Polk feels like they're going to go for it, Tim.
Yep.
See what the Centennial defense, they're staying on the field. I think we had a little miscommunication. There's a couple of receivers down here, nobody on both. Pooch punt, gets away, bounces at the 10 or the 12, and then goes out of bounds at the 10. Didn't have to bring the punt team.
A lot of noise about really not much anything, there. But that's a smart play. If it works, you pin them down inside the 10. They got it down there. But Centennial has yet to prove that they can go the distance here. So we'll see how they come out offensively. Good defensive series there. They stopped him, got him off the field. So now the offense, see if they have what they talked about at halftime.
Almost 4 minutes go off the clock, though, for Southeast Polk. It'll be Trenton Smith, his first possession of the second half. He's under center. Handoff Morgan off right side. Lurches forward. Joel Hackbart, the tackle.
Solid 5-yard gain there. Good interior blocking by that Centennial line. They pull their guards. Actually, all 5 linemen can pull well. So creating that hole, that tack that's going to be in there, you try to find that seam coming up, inside the tackle. You don't want to. When you start bouncing it outside, the pursuit starts catching up with you. But if you can get inside, there's more seams in there. A lot of times you can crack back against the grain, and it really opens up to the opposite side of the field.
Just haven't seen a lot of Morgan in this game. It's been a lot of Porter. In motion is Cahill. They go Trey Porter. Basically the same play. He'll get 2 yards. And the Rams thought it came out. Andrew Harris is saying, I got it. The official says, no, you don't. 3rd down. You mean no amount of sales is going to win that?
No. Yeah, Andrew Harrison there, the senior, the anchor of that defensive line, would love to have the ball. There was a good hard tackle, but very few yards gained in that. So 3rd and 4 for Centennial.
In the gun, Smith to throw. Off the hand of Isaiah Stearns. Penalty flag comes down. It's either going to be Joel Hackbart with the interference or Stearns. Again, a sales job.
I think Hackbarth had him, got there a little bit early on the back there. The ball's a little bit outside, but going to be interference, not allowing, Stearns to come back to make a play on the ball. So pick up a first down there. on the pass interference play.
No, Hackbart made a play right within 8-10 yards of the official. Not a hard call as you watch it there on the replay. First down, move the chains on the penalty up to the 32-yard line. Smith back under center. Morgan puts his head down. Harris and Chebuhar, a sophomore. 5 of 10 starters for Southeast Polk sophomores. And Tim, we've discussed bingo over the years. I think Brad Zelenovich knows about bingo because he said about Chebuhar, he goes, this guy's got lead in his pencil. Yeah. Do you know what that means?
Yes, I do know what that means. Yes, he's got. Yes, he's a very colorful coach. I mean, he's great for a soundbite. I could sit there and listen to start writing some things on something that I haven't used before that I feel slighted in my bingo card.
Mistimed snap. We have a flag and whistle blows the play dead. Let's see, what were some of the other things I heard? Well, respect the opponent, avoid self-inflicted, field position, kicking game, get ahead of the chains.
Milk the clock was a classic.
And there was one more. Well, I already said lunch pail.
Yes, use lunch pail.
You just gotta like some cliches. Toss to Porter, off right tackle, gets to the outside and goes down. Hackbart covers up there. It'll be 3rd and long. My old co-worker Dan Pearson in Davenport at KWQC used to put together, I don't know, about every year, maybe every other year, all the football previews they would do for TV coverage. He would put together a cliche reel before the first night of coverage, and he would just have all these guys saying cliche after cliche. But as Crash Davis says, you got to know your cliches.
Yes, you got to know your cliches.
Smith to throw, sets his feet, gets a nice one. Pass complete to right here in front, Sean Stewart. Or no, 18, not 16. So that's Jackson Miller.
Good comeback. Quarterbacks like that when the receiver comes back, too, because it really takes the defensive back out of the play for any kind of interception there. But it's short, but he still picked up 6 yards. That may be here later on in the game. That's something they can look at. That's the first completion, I believe, for Smith there in this game.
Kaiser to punt. Back at the 20. Here comes some heat. Gets a low liner, bounces, and rolls the Jags' favor inside the 30. And the ball will be down there at the 28-yard line.
Somehow he got that off. I thought that was going to be a block there. I think that was McCrory coming in on the outside, if I recall. But he got it off there and took it down to the 28-yard line.
Keegan Adriano downs the ball. Centennial 7 yards passing, 59 yards rushing, total that's 66. Southeast Polk passing 103, rushing 106. And coming into the game, Polk was very, very even on rushing and passing. 12-92 rushing, 12-31 passing. You can't get much more balance than that through 7 weeks. Sama the handoff. Steps through it, still on his feet. Gets to the outside. He's at the 40 midfield. Going to have a big cutback lane. Then he goes back down the left side, puts another move on, and then he's finally wrestled down by Bo Gerke. Zach English, Joe Talmadge on chase, but man, that was all Sama after the initial surge from the line. Watch the replay.
Yeah, once he got 3 yards, past the line of scrimmage, he broke the tackles, took it to the outside. Smart, moving the ball to his outside rushing arm. Went out there picking his holes. Deceptively quick. Coming to the sidelines, flipping the field, getting down to the 22.
Hudson Simon also stopping that play. 1st and 10 for the Chains, 3:52. Sama again, left side. Off tackle, gets up near the 15. English and Josh Binstock.
The previous carry by Sama had put him over the century mark, so now he's got 15 carries for the game. Looks like 140 yards, so he's getting the workhouse. We talked about all the big name players out there, and we kind of forgot Abu Sama.
48 carries, 337 coming into tonight. He's only playing because Titus Christensen got hurt. That would normally be a very good weapon for Polk. There's a chance they can still get Titus back. Handoff Sama. Steps, stops, moves forward inside the 15 and no more.
Taggart kept his position in there, playing up against Caden Proctor. Got off his block quickly, got in there and made a tackle for a short gain. So a solid game by Brody Taggart playing out there. He's got his hands full.
Sama, 5'11", 185-pound junior. And he is in the backfield with two receivers to the right and one to the left.
Got double trouble out there. Got Falloon and Wampu on the same side on the right side out wide.
And before, we're going to have to take a timeout. Southeast Polk at the 2:21 mark here in the third quarter.
The team at D. Armand Ford Indianola are committed to giving you an exceptional ownership experience.
As a family-owned business, my dad and I are in the dealership every day to ensure you experience the D. Armand difference.
Our core values of hard work, honesty, trust, and integrity are what we build our business on.
Experience the difference at the all-new D. Armand Ford Indianola,
where you'll actually enjoy doing business.
The all-new D. Armand Ford Indianola, darmandford.com.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and you've probably noticed there's shortages on most everything in the market today. Well, Heat and Glow has helped us out this year, and they are focusing their energy on their gas fireplace inserts. So if you've got a drafty old wood-burning fireplace and you want to get it retrofitted into a beautiful, high-efficient gas fireplace, come see us. We will have product to sell you.
Heat and Glow gas fireplace insert from Fireplace Superstore. 109th and Douglas at Urbandale, just west of Homemaker.
Southeast Polk out of the timeout here, 3rd and 2. They're up 2 scores right now. This is a big drive for them to start. It's actually their second drive of this half. There's just some mistimed signals and play calls. Force the timeout. Sama up the middle. Stopped. Gee. Guess who I'm going to say?
Well, you got 2 guesses. The first one doesn't count.
Zach English and Hudson Simon tonight. They stood that play up. Cade Boru just kind of got blown up on that play by English.
He got inside and got lower than he is. And usually the key to defensive play is getting lower than the blocker. You're going to win that. He had nowhere to go, and he blew it up at the line of scrimmage.
Wilson to attempt a 31-yard field goal, and it is good. So the Rams get points out of the drive, 16-0, 1:42 to play here in the third.
Obsessively, relentlessly. That's what you can always expect, even when faced with the unexpected. It's a service we take seriously, providing comfort in the rain, tools to help you save, a helping hand along the way, and from a safe distance away, delivering the energy you need while going the extra mile. Regardless of the times, our team remains committed to you.
Score update here of interest. Johnston leads Cedar Rapids Kennedy 7-0. Cedar Rapids Kennedy is number 1 in the Des Moines Register 5A poll. Johnston is 3-4 in this contest, coming into this contest. So we'll keep watching that one. It's going to be late. We'll call that a West Coast After Dark game. Isaiah Stearns takes the kickoff at the 10, and he is not going to get past the 15. He has stood up and thrown down. First one there, who finished it off for Southeast Polk, was Jackson Dietzenbach.
Steven Sawan in there kind of kept his position, not let him get to the outside, so good coverage there by Southeast Polk. So ball back at the 14-yard line. We were talking here earlier how much we've only had 3 series here in the whole first quarter. There's only 1:33 left, so there's not a lot of possessions here in the game as the game continues this way with controlling the clock. So they're going to need some kind of spark here to flip the side of the field.
Smith. High snap, rolls out, and he is going to be taken down back at the 5. Coming on the blitz, I think, was Neon Kuru.
Draven Woods in there on the play as well. This is what Coach talked about. He's very explosive on the edge. He is only a sophomore. He's really developed. He's going to be a player to be reckoned with. 6'2", 205-pound defensive end. Another one of those sophomores playing for Southeast Polk, they're coming in, which makes them dangerous for next year, bringing these guys back if they're getting all this playing time.
Well, and look at who they're playing with. I mean, that's what I think Coach Zelenovich thought I kept harping on something. But it's like you've got Division I, huge Division I, and there's a snap. Before the snap, we've got a penalty. They'll sort this one out. Half the Jags went, half the Rams went, but I don't think anybody snapped the football. It's going to be against delay a game against the Jaguars. So they're going to move back half the distance to the 2.5. And so it'll be 2nd and 18 now, pinned inside the 5, and Southeast Polk smelling blood.
The last play, they tried to roll out Smith, but, the edge rush by Woods kept him in and contained. He had nowhere to go. So see if they want to do the same.
Weibel is there to block. They go Porter up the middle. Weibel clears some space, and Porter gets through before Cole Rogers stops him. Gets across the 5 up to the 7.
I see a lot of rushes, by Porter, but I see Carter Cahill in there, and Cahill's getting some good blocks there on the secondary. If they can get one more break, one more tackle, it's going to be open into that next level if they can get their just one more seam. We'll find one more crease.
And we know that Porter's got that speed. He's just got to get through some of that contact. He was in for special plays before, but tonight, this is the night they have needed him on almost every snap. And the Jaguars are going to take
the quarter end.
Oh, the quarter end. So we'll flip the field and the graphic and go to the 4th. 16-0 Southeast Polk.
Hi, I'm Joe the Car Guy with Westside Auto. I'm excited to tell you about our new lifetime oil change plan. When you purchase our plan, you'll never have to pay for an oil change again. If you get a different car, simply transfer the plan over. If that car's oil needs are different than your original plan, just pay the difference. It couldn't be simpler. You won't have to worry about inflation or prices going up. Give us a call at Westside Auto Pros to get details on the lifetime oil change plan. And remember, when I say lifetime, I mean your lifetime, not just your car's.
Holt's Plumbing and Heating continues to be one of Central Iowa's fastest growing plumbing, heating, and cooling companies. I'm proud of what we've accomplished at Holt. Our team is leading the way in providing the latest in home comfort solutions, and we have fun doing it. Our passion is to be the clear first choice for all your plumbing, heating, cooling, and home service needs. And at the end of the day, a job well done and a happy customer means everything to us. Just one more reason why more and more Central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
I think if you would have asked the Pizzettis, hey, you're going to be down 16 after 3 quarters against Polk, you take that?
Depending on the week, especially the last couple of weeks, I think that's they've lost some heartbreakers on there. You lost your starting quarterback, you got a sophomore in there, so I think it's solid.
Boy, and Smith almost tackled in the end zone for a safety, gets back out to the 1-foot line. They came with the heat up the middle. Zach Brannon was in there giving some heat.
This defense is too good to go back and get into a third and long with an inexperienced quarterback because, like I said, they bring the outside linebackers. Those 4 linebackers, Rogers, Reed, Chebihar and McCrory, very active, put a lot of pressure on there. They're the ones that scrape and make the tackles. It used to be called an old stack 44. These guys, it looks like you're seeing 6 defensive linemen when you're playing them.
Kaiser, his feet in the back of the end zone, gets it away, but here's the chance for Wampa. It picks it up at the 35, makes one miss and makes another, and gets down that far sideline. Extremely short field coming for Southeast Polk as Wampa is knocked out at the 13-yard line. 11:08. Now this could be a big, big blow delivered by the Rams.
Reminds me of Bruce Laster. He's got that extra gear, so even when he's running out of bounds, he picks up 5 more yards. He gets down there. He needs a small seam. So very good, very athlete. He kind of glides out there when he moves. So he caught a punt on the bounce, takes it up there, gives him great field position. And this could be the blow, the knockout blow that Southeast Polk is looking for.
Daly comes to the line of scrimmage, goes under center. Sama behind him. Falloon to his left. Hand off Sama. And he stood up. Zach English finishes him, but that time Brody Taggart got there first.
Yeah, Taggart's played a nice game there from that end position. He's flipping to the other side, taking on a different offensive line. Looks like he's taking on Vetter out there. So he's been in the backfield a lot here in the second half.
Just kind of like I think the Jaguars knew that's what was coming. If they could force a field goal, that would be considered a victory here. Daly now in the gun. Now sends Mitchell from right to left. Pulls it out of Sama, throws it to Falloon off his hands. Falloon was covered by Porter. Gerke back deep. Wampa was there. You know, Falloon, I remember when he came onto the scene a couple of years ago, he just a player in development. This year, he's just had a breakout season. 28 catches, 611 yards, and 10 touchdowns coming into tonight.
He's very good at his cut. He takes a definitive cut and gets into his route quickly. So good timing between him and Daly.
Falloon is there to the left side. So we mentioned in the open, John, his father was an Iowa Hawkeye. From the Manson area. Daly to throw, back pylon. Wampa there, just too far.
That's the Porter and Wampa lineup out there. Trying to find something. It looks like Daly was looking for him all the way. He's going to lay it out there. He's either going to be on the fingertips or he's going to be out of bounds. So third down, 3rd and 11.
Flagged on the play. Now, wait a minute. How can it be an ineligible man downfield? That was the sign. How can that be again? Okay. He was pointing to Centennial. I'm like, now how can a defensive lineman? That's kind of, I think, what the Centennial coaches said was happening at Sioux City East.
Yeah.
Like, that's an illegal man downfield on the defense. What? How is that possible?
So if they'll decline it, yep, bring up a 3rd and 11. This is where you require a stop there. You know, the two dangerous people are Falloon. Sisters had some nice catches out there, so don't fall asleep when he's in the mix. And they have not thrown to the tight end, Jordan Mitchell. So this is about the one time you sneak a tight end out there in the middle, finding a gap.
And looks like the Rams are now deciding they're gonna try to kick a field goal with Josh Wilson. Again, a 31-yard field goal. This one though, from that far hash, and Polk's going to have to take a timeout. I think they had one too many guys on, or they're rethinking their process. 10:17 to play here at Ankeny Stadium.
Central Bank is proud to support the unmatched spirit of sportsmanship and hard work exemplified by our local athletes. We're fans of high school sports and the way the big game and hometown team rally a community. Best of luck to all of today's competitors. Play hard, have fun, and make something great happen. Central Bank, member FDIC.
Why do businesses succeed? The Better Business Bureau sees the traits of successful businesses every day. It's not easy, but it is simple. The BBB fosters trust between Iowa businesses and consumers.
Visit bbb.org.
I need a Mocha Crunch Blast, please. You got it.
I'm I'm on the mocha fudge.
We're gonna need more espresso chunks.
Order up.
Sonic Mocha Crunch Blast.
Out of the timeout, Southeast Polk will go again to line up for a 31-yard field goal from Wilson. He's already kicked one from that distance at the other end. The kick is up, and it hits the left crossbar and bounces out.
Looks like a Green Bay Cincinnati game.
We need that sound effect down. I should have put the mic down in the. There is no worse sound in football than the doink of a ball hitting the upright.
It echoes.
There is a smack. So Valley is still up on Dowling, 14-10. Dowling had a pick six of 50 yards by Joe Reed, and then a one-handed catch led to a Kadolf touchdown, his sixth of the game, 48-7 Ankeny at Waukee Northwest. Here it is 16-0 after the missed field goal. Jaguars get a chance. Porter, if he can get outside, has got a chance. He had a lot of room, just couldn't shake. Could not shake Andrew Reed to break free. The job, you said it earlier, Tim, contain. Southeast Polk has done an excellent job of containing tonight, Trey Porter.
They have good. I'm really impressed with their athletes. Even out there, just watching how they stretch the defense and push them to the sideline. So they didn't do as well in the first quarter, but once they settle down and get it figured out, they do a really good job of making you earn your yards.
High snap, shovel pass to Porter. He'll get up towards the 30.
Left foot, he's got a first down.
Chebuhard, the tackle. And Porter's with you. He's pointing, I got it. And they're moving the chains. So in talking with Coach Zelenovich about, I try not to focus on Proctor and Daly and Wamp, but those guys get a lot of coverage. But he says, you know what, our team just has a lot of great high school football players. And that, in so many ways, if you've got players 7, 8, 9 that are good, a lot of things can happen. Smith is going to try to juke and get nowhere but about a yard. Hit first by Jace Aginiga.
You try to cut it up in, but just didn't quite didn't set his foot in the turf and take a cut. He could have done better going to the outside. First, I've seen run, dedicated run I've seen for the outside here. So I think what happens, you look at, as Coach Pizzetti said, they're a nationally recognized high school team. They've got Division I talent on here. You've got recruiters coming down. What happens, your whole team starts elevating their play because other people are good. You start measuring yourself against other highly competitive, highly sought-after recruits. I think that the whole team ends up playing better because that becomes the MO of your entire team.
9 minutes to go in the game. Smith, flushed, gets rid of it, off the hands of Weibel. Incomplete. Chebuhar was coming fast on Jackson.
He was a little bit behind Weibel there. He had it just on his fingertips, so.
I was at Centennial practice probably 3-4 weeks ago now, and I did get a chance to see Smith throw some balls there opposite Peyton Good. It's hard, though, Tim, to replicate practice to game speed.
Yeah, because your own defense isn't rushing you and trying to kill you. So, yeah, I think it's a little bit different tempo here. The bullets are flying. He just hasn't had a chance to get his feet set.
Smith throws, and that one off the fingertips of Cahill falls incomplete. It'll be fourth down. And it looks like we're not quite in panic mode. Centennial's going to kick it away. Punt team comes on with 8:42 to play here in the game.
4th and 8's a little bit long there, but looks like I like how Smith rolls out to his left a little bit and is very comfortable throwing. He's a right-handed thrower, but rolling out to his left, he's getting some good throws in there. It's a good game. He's learning a lot. This is his first start. He's going to do well, and I imagine him to play much better next week if he's still the starting quarterback.
Good is not even dressed tonight in pads. He's in street clothes on the sideline. Kaiser's kick is going to bounce real high. Wampa thought about it, and then a huge roll of almost 20 yards, 21 yards down to the 15. So this is, again, You heard the conversation with Coach Pizzetti in the pregame. You're the Iowa Hawkeyes, and that is a Hawkeye move right there.
Yeah.
Maybe our offense isn't working, but we're going to make our defense. Right now, Polk is maybe due to make a mistake on offense, but they haven't turned the ball over yet.
Coach Zelenovich said that very much. We guys can't shoot ourselves in the foot. Like, they've had that, been prone to make a mistake here. They've been prone to make, a fumble or giving up yardage on silly penalties. But they've been very consistent tonight. No turnovers, very few penalties for this offense.
Don't look for Polk to get too fancy here. Maybe just run it with Sama, and they do. He gets through the line of scrimmage, and he's still pulling and driving, and then he's going to finally get no further than the 28. But that is a gain of almost 14 yards on first down.
The blocking scheme for Southeast Polk line, they don't pull a lot of guys. I've seen very little pulling out there. Very much zone blocking. All 5 guys shoot off and go straight ahead. They're using their size. And they're letting up Sama trying to find that lane, trying to find a gap in there. He kind of crouches down, gets lost behind those big linemen, and he's been able to find some really good yardage. And then the scrum comes in and pushes him downfield. So good job. Usually happens when you have an inexperienced line. You want to simplify it, go to zone blocking, and just find the first guy in front of you and throw a block.
1st and 10 for the Rams from the 28. They go Wildcat with Wampa. Taggart's there. Hudson Simon. Now, I did see on the sideline in that last offensive series, Easton Miller was getting attended to on his left, looked like his left leg or ankle was getting taped, but he had his shoe on, so might not be the most severe. Wampa again on Wildcat. Fakes it, keeps it, and Adriano delivers a hit, but not before Wampa gets a first down up to the 43.
They're running up tempo a little bit, do a little Wildcat, keeping the quarterback out there. They're going back and forth with Daly. Clock is not a factor for them. They're willing to run the clock here, see what's out there on the defense.
This time Daly is back at quarterback. Zelenovich makes the call. The assistant coaches relay it. Sama gets through. There's the second gear. And he just takes some Jaguars for a ride.
He's picking up, 13, 15 yards there. So he's doing quite well. I think they're not going to really put the ball in the air anymore, because if the running game is working this well, they're just going to keep driving it, pounding it, using Sama, letting him be the workhorse tonight. Do I say I think they got him lathered up? I think he's good to go. I think that happened earlier on.
Could. One could say that. Valley adds a field goal. No, that's a touchdown with no extra point. 20-10 now. 3:03 left to go third quarter. Ankeny 48-7. Just under 8 minutes to go. J.J. Cole still in at quarterback, and it's Southeast Polk big play right up the middle. Guess it, Sama.
Another 15-yard gain. He's picking and choosing. He's kind of cutting back and forth, taking it, getting past the linebackers. So imagine that defense. Looks like they're getting a little tired. They've been on the field a lot here the second half. Playing a very explosive offense. And teaming up with them the whole game. So you start getting a little tired. You don't catch your gaps. You're getting blocked a little bit more. Aren't as quick to react.
Southeast Polk now over 200 yards of rushing as we approach 5 minutes to go in the game. Daly throws at a little low for Falloon. Just a tiny bit behind him. And we have 2 penalty flags come in on this play. Porter is still on the turf, looking for a little help up.
I'm not sure who the penalty's on. It came in quite late after the tackle, after the pass had been thrown, the players are on the ground. So possibly something said, or a player just kind of gets up a little and gives a little shove. Not sure.
Unsportsmanlike on Centennial, unsportsmanlike on Southeast Polk. Will offset.
Stays an incomplete pass.
All that for a replay. Hey, tomorrow night at this exact same stadium, Mid-Iowa Band Championships, hosted by both Centennial and Ankeny, will feature the Cyclone Marching Band tomorrow night. That'll be fun to see. So if you're looking for some of the best marching bands from around the state, I know Pella and Valley and plenty of other good schools will be here. They'll fill up both sides, so if you want to come out, they'll start marching in the afternoon. Sama left side and stays in bounds, and I know that the Ankeny band director, Jennifer Williams, has a neighbor that watches our webcasts and got excited when I said, we're going to show the band. We're going to talk to the band next week. We didn't get a chance to see the band last week or this week, but if you want to see him in person, the best way to do it is come see him in person.
If you haven't seen the Iowa State Marching Band live, I would encourage you to do that once because they are good.
Auditions to get into the band. Not everybody makes the band. And they've played for some big games. Played for that in-state rivalry game that was a little thing. Sama left side handoff. And standing up Sama is English.
Yeah, I knew he'd be in there someplace.
The Cyclone Marching Band, Cyclones tomorrow, Farmageddon.
Yes.
With K-State.
Two states go at it, and it's down in Manhattan. Something always weird happens when they play at K-State. It's just it's a foregone conclusion. It's a late game tomorrow, so enjoy your day. I knew what time did the Hawkeyes kick off to?
That's a good question.
I
don't think they're either the early or the 2:30 game.
And they have a team that they've had problems with, Purdue.
Wilson on from almost the same spot as before. 31. This one's a lower kick. Hits the left bar again.
He's 2 for 2.
Neither one goes through the upright.
That's hard to do. 2 for 2 on the uprights. That's a very small window.
It's not that wide of a bar.
No.
But the score stays 16-0. Here's the thing. It's only a 2-possession game.
True. And they still need to have unfortunately, Centennial has not shown. Coach Pizzetti said they're not a big play team. They got to grind it out. They are the Iowa. So imagine that defense. If they think they're going to pass, they're going to tee off. We're going to see those outside linebackers blitzing a lot. They want to keep a defense late in the fourth quarter sees that goose egg. They're going to do everything they can to keep it up on that board.
Let's see if Smith is going to throw it here on first down. Looks to throw. Gets it to Cahill. Caught at the 22. Makes a move. And gets a little bit of a pop. He's close to the first down, but going to be short. There for Southeast Polk was Chebuhar, and we have said his name a lot tonight.
Yes, he's a good tackler out there. Very active linebacker. And even though Reed has been one of the leading tacklers, whatever Reed doesn't get, Chebuhar has done the job picking up the slack.
Jags ahead of the chains here. Clock under 3. Smith rolls out to the right, throws off his back foot, caught by Cahill near the first down stick, and then gets another couple of yards to go with it. Clock will stop for just a moment while they set the chains at the 2:51 mark.
That little mini rollout, moving to the outside creates a little more of a lane for him to find a passing lane and being decisive and throwing the pass out there, not looking for the long deep ball, but find something out there he can complete underneath the coverage.
Smith rolls out, throws again Cahill, and it's caught, and then Cahill spins his way for another couple of yards. Gavin McCrory, the tackle.
Picking up 5-7 yards at a time. It's been there. They're going to play a softer defense. They play that 3, kind of a single safety, 2 cornerback shell. That could drop back in there, so they're playing a little softer coverage, letting them get completions in front of them.
Ball at the 39. Throwing situation. Smith quick, two-step, caught by Stearns. He stood up, can't quite spin out of it. First there was Ankeny. Finishing off was Quincy Foster. Jaguars timeout at 1:49. Finally seen a little bit of passing. I think coming into this drive, Tim, the Jaguars barely had 10 yards passing.
Yeah, they were 0 for 3 in the first half, so they were not I think it was just nerves. They didn't see anything open out there. They're playing well. The running game was working well, so I think they kept going to it. But I'm impressed. I think it's nice to see Smith settle down and find his rhythm in the passing game that's going to pay dividends in the future.
There's a look at Peyton Good in that huddle for a moment. Kind of tough to watch. They tried to get him to practice early in the week, just didn't go. And then when he couldn't play on Wednesday, they said, all right, Smith is our guy for sure. So that is, at least they were practicing that way. Sometimes, when you have a guy a couple of days in, you don't really know. But they kind of knew that maybe Good, who got hurt in the last play of that game at Northwest last week. See if he returns again next week against East. Smith to throw. Here comes some heat. Steps in front. He's not going to get away.
Yeah.
Going down. Draven Woods there first. And the clock will now wind and be at 95 seconds to go in the game.
Looks like it's some big guys there. Caden Proctor was in there.
Here comes the heat again, and Smith goes down again. Coming in on the blitz. You mentioned they don't blitz much. Andrew Harris did.
Proctor, the big offensive tackle, is in there playing defensive tackle. He would be a lot to handle to block. So what they're doing is get a lot of push up there. There's no time for the quarterback to set up and get any throw.
Centennial takes a timeout. We'll step away. 1:04 to go.
Polk Plumbing and Heating continues to be one of Central Iowa's fastest growing plumbing, heating, and cooling companies. I'm reminded of that every day as I see our fleet of vehicles in all shapes and sizes head out to help customers in need. We work hard to keep our vehicles clean and in good shape. Some are customized with great ideas, and some maybe not so much. But at the end of the day, a job well done and a happy customer means everything to us. Just one more reason why more and more Central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee has over 300 pre-owned vehicles with 50 under 25 grand. Des Moines area, you've never seen this before. Text VALUE to 515-212-7952 and get your vehicle's instant value by text. Or go to WaukeeChevy.com and click on Text My Trade-In Value. Chevy Cruze, $199 a month. Silverado 1500, $349 per month.
Who loves you, Iowa? Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee does. WaukeeChevy.com.
Jackson Miller catches that pass. It'll be 4th and 23, 45 seconds to go. Jaguars' last effort here. They got to get all the way up to the 45 of Southeast Polk. Smith to throw, downfield, batted down, incomplete. And that last chance is knocked down by Gavin McCrory. And the Rams will go to victory formation with 32 seconds to go here. And they are going to come away from Ankeny Stadium with a win tonight.
That's a lot to make up there. The guy playing center field that was dangerous is Wampu there. Almost had it picked off. But strong defensive series in there. They got the rush on there where the passing game was starting to click. They just basically collapsed the pocket there, not giving Smith any time to complete anything.
Daly will come out to take a knee. Only he's going to have to do this once. And does. Southeast Polk is going to avenge their earlier loss in this stadium and win tonight by a score of 16-0. The Rams improve to 7-1. Centennial falls here, and they'll have one more game as they will move to 3-5. Coaches meet. and exchange hands. So without sideline reporter tonight, we'll just do a quick wrap right now and get ourselves out of here, right? We don't need to do any more, do we? By the way, Justin's been doing it all tonight.
Yeah.
Running the camera, running all the breaks, running the replays. One-man wrecking crew here.
Keeping us in line, that's a full-time job.
That is. Centennial tonight finishes 29 yards passing. They were 6 of 9 in the second half for 29 yards. Catching the ball, Cahill 3 times for 19 yards. Rushing, 58 yards, 9 for... Let's see, so that's 9 for 8 yards in the second half. So that's a total of
28 carries for
28 for 58 yards. So, boy, just a tough night rushing the ball. Total of 87 yards in offense. Southeast Polk tonight passing 103 yards, rushing 222. That's a total of 325. You mentioned it already. Sama was over the century mark early in the third quarter. 23 carries, 170 yards. Wampa 6 touches, 42. He also had 2 catches for 10. Falloon 3 catches, 73. 50 of them coming on one play. Christensen a catch for 16 yards. So it is a good win for Southeast Polk. You're going to look at this one, 16-0. Centennial was in there. Tim, did Centennial just never really kind of felt that they were in this game? It seemed like the margin was maybe a little more.
It's a very tough defense to make any yards on. You have to earn those yards. I think the inability to probably create some of the passing game to get some of those 8 guys in the box. They kind of spread that defense a little bit wider so you can find some lanes. They had some running lanes early on. The rushing game was going on. So Southeast Polk adjusted. They couldn't quite find any rhythm to find any consistent offense to do anything in the second half.
So you got to start looking now, as we've discussed the postseason and the best 4 teams in the state of Iowa in Class 5A. I think you got to put. I think Polk is in that discussion.
Yeah, I think they're definitely in the top 4. I think if you're looking at a Valley, Southeast Polk, I think Ankeny made a statement tonight. Urbandale. It's hard to say Kennedy. They were running close with. They're behind Johnson, so I don't know. But if you're looking at one of the top 5 teams, I think Southeast Polk is there because they are balanced. They play well, and a backup running back almost matched his yardage for the year. Rushing for 170 yards tonight. So I was impressed with Sama tonight. So they're balanced all the way across the board.
And Coach Zelenovich thinks there's a possibility they get Titus Christensen back. They do. Now you got 2 good running backs. Add 1 more offensive weapon to that team with a good defense that throws a shutout tonight. Hey, anything can happen. Ankeny wins 48-7. They could be considered in that top 4. Valley, I think they might now be the new number 1. Coming out of tonight, 20-10, they lead Valley in the fourth quarter. That game's still going on the other feed here at CISN. Dowling just scored to make it 20-16. Urbandale knocks down Waukee tonight 35-0. Ames and Lincoln were tied at 17 in the third quarter. Lincoln is Ankeny's opponent next week. Not sure yet if we're going to have that game here on CISN, but we will let you know. Keep an eye on the Facebook page and the Twitter feed, as Johnston, last check, was leading Kennedy 7-0 at half. Depending on how that one shakes out, if Kennedy goes down, you'll have a new number 1. Third new number 1 in 4 weeks.
Yeah. I think it's, I think this is a great year for high school football. I think you look at the top 5, top 7 in the state, anybody has a chance. I think on a given weekend, I mean, they're all good athletes. They're playing well. So I think you're looking at it's going to be a race to see who can make it to the Dome.
Jeff Martens, thank you again for your stats tonight and all your update. Justin, great job as always. Tim, good to see you. Hopefully we get to work at least one. Who knows the rest of the season? We'll keep you updated. Centennial falls at home tonight. Southeast Polk the win, 16-0. That's how it ends from Ankeny Stadium. Good night. Drive safe. We'll talk to you next time.